What is going on,
Yeah.
people? Now we are talking. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Top 4 podcast. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, Chelsea fan.
Happy days, top of the league, another victory. Can't complain, man. I'm ready to talk some football. What are you lot saying?
I am joined by generous Dave, an Arsenal fan.
Bro, we appreciate the passion, but you're still trash, bro. Wrong place, wrong time. The pamish came. I told you, I tried to warn you, man, before the international break. You didn't want to listen, bro. There you go. Told you.
I am joined by Ernie, a Manchester United fan. What? No celebration? No Madonna?
The dumbest club in the world strikes again.
Strikeage. I am joined by AD, a Liverpool fan.
Whoa, Yogo Jota. He who scores again. My. How can we resist? Another day, another dollar. Back to the actual slaughterhouse.
Hey, Adrian, read the comment, please. Read the comment.
4-0 settings. Default. It's like a monopoly, yeah? You know when you go past start and you get to hundreds. When Arsenal comes to Anfield, we lay the smack down.
Go away.
Just got to be.
I'm joined by Robinho, a Manchester United fan.
1,068 days.
Oh, is that how long he lasted? Is that what he done? Is that stint?
68 days.
Bro.
1,000. Yes, as you can see, Robin is referring to the fact that Mr. Ole Gunnar Solkjaer has finally departed from Manchester United. I need to go to the Manchester United fans. Obviously, it was following a 4-1 horror show at Vicarage Road. Robin, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts, my friend?
On the game?
On the
No.
situation.
On the game.
I said, pick your poison. The game.
I don't know where to start.
Which one?
I kid you not, yeah. I woke up on Saturday and something told me not to watch the game. I said no. My heart said not to do it.
Watford? For a Watford fixture?
I couldn't. I was like, I looked at the fixture list and I said, you know what? I haven't seen Messi scored yet. Let me watch PSG. And thank God I watched that game. Because while I was doing that, I was keeping my eye on the Watford game. And I was thinking, I saw the list and I was like, yep, nothing's changed. He's commented on changes are coming. What changes do I see? So I was like, there's no point in getting wound up or watch the energy game because I knew that Watford were going to win. After half time and seeing all the thing that was happening on Twitter, I was like, yep, there's no point tuning in. I was surprised that Donny van der Beek came in at 45 minutes, but he did what he had to do and he left. Added a game, Harry Maguire got sent off. I hope that
Yeah, this game has so many talking points. I didn't even realize it. There's so many things to chop.
So much to discuss.
To chop.
The guy got sent off while
Muppet.
having no one near him. The guy got sent off when he was in control of the ball. As he got sent off, he threw the captain's armband on the ground.
Oh,
Guys,
But
it was
he didn't.
4-1 and Watford had a penalty. Twice.
Right, Robin, do you want to read Lola's comment?
He downloaded the ability to save pens, and what did he do it for? That is a great question, Lola. A great question. 1,068 days. United manager.
of which you wanted him there for, let's say, a good, 1,000?
I'm not gonna lie. Streets need to know still because this is a legitimate question. Robin was on the fence for like.
He's got
700
splinters.
For the longest.
He's got splinters.
For 800 nights. Like, Robin didn't know whether he wanted Oli to stay or not. And for me, that was like you put the man on certain man on yellow cards. You were on the yellow card for a long time. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't know what people saw in this youth, bro. I genuinely do not know. But
It's yeah. Go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
But like, Manchester United have somehow clutched back the award they took from Barcelona this year. Like somehow they've taken it back. Barcelona lost Messi on the most fugazi way that they could have ever lost the greatest player of all time. Like Aguero could not play, and now because of his heart issue, can never play. Like they got rid of Koeman and got Xavi, and somehow Manchester United have retained the title for the most insane, inept, stupid, chaotic club in the whole world.
Can I ask how have they reclaimed it? I just wanted to know because you've done a nice good build up. I'm waiting for the hook. I'm waiting for that knockout blow. Give it to us.
Guys, of all the weeks you sack Oli, of all the weeks that Jehovah God gave you to sack this guy, you've had 3 international windows, a summer break, the Villarreal final, and today is the day? Like, no, the mind.
Do you know that they if it came to 2-2, or if we won, Oli would have stayed.
No, but
that's
this
the worst
the
thing.
point I was gonna make, Robin. if you sack Oli after Watford, embarrassing result, nonetheless. Does that imply that he would have stayed if we'd won? Now, this is the thing: are we so down bad that Watford is a must-win result? Like,
quite a question though. I think if you guys lost 2-1, he might have stayed.
Goodness me!
I think the 4-1, the 4-1 it was just too embarrassing.
Hold on.
Or go Dennis, put the final nail in the coffin.
So, Everton wasn't bad enough. Leicester wasn't bad enough. Aston Villa at home wasn't bad enough. Liverpool was not bad enough at halftime. City wasn't bad enough. Flipping Atlanta wasn't bad enough. Atlanta were 2-0 up at halftime at Old Trafford. They had 6 first-team players missing. And this is the game? Goodness me.
Do you know what's funny as well though? It's the fact that because I mean, I think we're gonna get there because the dumbest club in the world. I mean, I don't think it does it justice. I don't think it does it any justice at all because where are we right now? Where are we standing right now? We're standing in with a Mikel Carrick, taking charge of Manchester United for the interim to come in. So we've got the interim to the interim. Okay, so clearly they haven't thought this through. That's what makes it worse. Why is there a meeting for 5 hours if you haven't got a replacement in mind?
And the interim has to work with Mike Phelan, Carrick, and whatever this McKenna assistant first team coach.
So what you're telling me is that Oli was the CEO and he got sacked from his own business.
There you go.
The rest of the mandem are there. So essentially, Oli's still there.
Which by the way, these coaches that you seem to have had, right, are clearly must hold a lot of the responsibility as well. If we were to say Ollie's 100% at fault, or let's just say the managerial side of things is 100% at fault, surely the coaches then take a good 40% of that fault. So how can you keep that in there?
Pete, when I tell you that the last 2 years have have been so blissfully like good to me
That
because
comment.
because I haven't cared. Like, guys, you know I only watch Man United games for the sake of this pod. I only watch Man United games for this pod. Like, honestly, I don't care. Genuinely from the bottom of my heart. You lot know me. The man in the
What, sincerely?
when I don't care. I don't.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah. The thing, look, sacking a manager, you know, we've called it on this pod for ages, and you know me when he got given a permanent role at the beginning when Rio started slapping contracts and paper on BT Sport and whatnot, I said I am staring at the most stupid decision making from a club of such high esteem. But when you sack a manager, surely, guys, you have to have somebody ready in place. And this idea of, you know, even if it's a case of, oh, there's no one available, look at Aston Villa. Go look at Aston Villa. What did they do? They went, you know, big guns, big horns to Glasgow, of all places, and said, we want him. Bring forth. And when they knew they were going to get him, then they sacked Dean Smith. It's not this case of we're still thinking about it. Like United right now don't have a manager that they want to recruit. They don't have one right now, especially if you're saying you want to go interim between now and the end of the season. It's November.
I said this in 2016, and I'm going to say it again 5 years later. The enemy of Manchester United Football Club is poor planning. I've said this 3 managers in a row. Is poor planning.
Do you know what? Can I go a step further with that?
We're gonna get onto this clown.
There's so much to chop. There's so much to chop.
There's so much to discuss.
Dennis, can I go further with your comment there about poor planning? Because I don't even know if poor planning accurately describes Manchester United right now. I want to go with trigger happy because there's a couple of things that I noticed, especially your relationship with Man City, right? Guardiola goes here, then you go and get Mourinho, right? Then it's the Alexis Sanchez to Man City, then you lot go and grab him. Ronaldo to Man City, you lot go and grab him. Then it's like, it almost seemed like...
Donny van der Beek couldn't go to Madrid, go and grab him.
Go and grab him, right? So like, and clearly there was a plan for him, wasn't there, at Manchester United, right? It's one of those bizarre ones where, you know, I've been hearing that, you know, stock exchanges was kind of led this thing further forward because the share prices are going down, whatever right?
No. That Woodward will make because he's an accountant.
Mm-hmm.
What's that
a brilliant accountant at that.
That famous saying that a leopard doesn't change its spots.
Mm-hmm.
50 Cent said if it rattles like a snake, if it moves like a snake, if it hisses like a snake, it must be a snake. This guy is, bro. Like, if I start on Woodward, we will not have a podcast. We might as well make this the Manchester United podcast. If I start on Woodward, we will not. We'll be here till midnight because honestly, the stupidity of like what I've seen in the last year. Because ultimately, anytime you see me complain about Ollie, it's not Ollie I'm angry at. Because at the end of the day, if you bring a paedophile to come and look after your kids, and you know he's a paedophile, it's not the paedophile. That's who he is.
What did you expect?
That's who he is. I'm saying, if you're a parent and you bring him to come and look after your youths, uncle, it's not on him, you know.
Yeah,
that's on you.
Okay,
The thing is,
I mean, Oli wasn't a great coach, but fair enough.
Listen, this is a football club, Adrian, that loaned a manager. He was on loan. Are we forgetting this? Why have we ignored? We can't ignore
the interim manager thing.
Yeah, do you remember when he was interim at first? The man asked Mulder, "Yo, can we hold this for a couple months?"
Oh my goodness!
Guys, we paid Mulder like
rental, you know.
This is what I find so baffling about Manchester United and the whole situation is like we're saying, United have not decided on who they want long term. So you've decided
short term.
Yeah, let me get there. Because similar to Ernest, Jay has said if it looks like an O, walks like an O. No, but big man thing, like how is it that Norwich, that Newcastle United, that Aston Villa have sacked their managers and brought in replacements, and you can't even bring in an interim?
Watford.
I can understand you not knowing who you want to take you through the next 3 years. Why can't you figure out who's going to take you through the next 6 months?
Number 5 is Tottenham. Number 5 is Tottenham.
Oh.
Oscar, Tottenham have had 2 new managers in the last 6 months.
Honestly,
I mean,
you see, Woodward needs to go, bro. Today,
but he won't.
Extensions.
Guys, can I allow us to pause and read some of these comments, because there's some real gems.
Manchester United. Oh my god.
Free Agenda says praying for a purple patch from Carrick so he gets the job permanently.
Oh my god. Yes.
Oscar, can we pause there just for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Because he'll get the job, right?
Nah, come on.
Ernest. 3 points. 3 points between Manchester United against Arsenal. When Man United collect 3 points, Oscar, listen to me, okay?
Gary Magic Neville will be twerking, bro.
Surely Carrick doesn't get the job, guys. Surely.
Oscar, if there's one thing I've done of Manchester United over the last 10 years, anything and everything can and will happen.
Is it the WWF?
Are legit the key to the multiverse.
No.
Any timeline in life that you want. If you want a timeline where like Oscar is a Swansea fan, Manchester United will be the key to that happening.
The multiverse.
Anything can happen in the universe of Manchester United.
You know what, Oscar, I believe these United guys. I believe these United guys because, bro, since David Moyes, since then, look at what we have watched chapter after chapter, season after season. Oscar, if you've not got enough data now, nothing will change your mind. Nothing will change your mind.
But Pete, one thing you need to remember is that, according to Abdi, Oli restored the feeling, and he gave
No, he did. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer done a good job.
The feeling.
The feeling, you're here to win trophies, bro.
No, David. Can you repeat that one?
You're here to win trophies, bro.
The feeling is winning trophies.
No. What I mean by that is, and again, it goes back to Manchester United's. The level of toxicity at the club at the time Jose was there was so dire. Paul Lynch said it best. All you need is a club legend that can galvanize the lads for 6 months. You're going to get a proper coach. Man United gave this guy a 3-year contract. No. This is a guy.
He got another new one, didn't he? I swear he got a 3-year contract, and then he got a new contract. Was it last season?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't want to criticize Oli too much because he done the best of his abilities. He did his absolute best. This is a man on his CV, on his Premier League CV, was a relegation with Cardiff City. That was his CV. Then, in what universe and what walk of life is that acceptable for Manchester United? Managing in a Norwegian league, whose previous experience in England is managing reserve team football, managing a Cardiff side that went down to come and take United back to the promised lands. We were always going to be here, whether it was 6 months, 18 months, 3 years down the line. Here we are today.
What do you mean footy agendas? I got footy agendas. You're a liar. No way the Cardiff fans vote that Oli was the worst in their history.
Yes.
What's his style? What's his identity? What is he as a manager? What's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type of player?
No. Listen, Adrian, you know why you're right, because I don't think we should make this about Oli, even though he annoys me. I don't think we should make it about Oli because I think ultimately, because people used to ask me, so if you got the Manchester United job as a fan, you wouldn't take it. I said, of course I wouldn't. I'm not qualified. I'm not qualified for the job. Get someone who is qualified. And the thing is, it's clear with Oli being at the club for so long that you don't need much to be qualified, because ultimately Michael Carrick is now at the helm of Manchester United, and I think he's going to be longer than Ryan Giggs when Moyes got sacked. I think
it's not hard to be fair.
I think it's going to be like, because of how stupid we are. I can see January transfer window before the next interim comes, because as of today, as of this morning, I said to myself, you know what? I genuinely have no prospects for the rest of the season. I didn't have before, but you see, after Carrick got installed, yeah, like honestly, like on everything I love, I don't care if we slap Chelsea 6, because ultimately, there is nothing to go on to justify Carrick even being there.
Andy, can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Does he have all of his FA qualifying coaching badges? Does he have all of them?
I genuinely don't know, and I don't care. Simply because if you are the assistant coach to a man who hasn't won in 3 years, he was the assistant coach in our most barren period. Why is he at the helm as interim? So you're telling me, because it would have been a different situation if this was like post Moyes. Our squad wasn't as good as it is now. The quality of squad now dictates we should still be challenging for at least one cup. If you're telling me that Michael Carrick is good enough for now because you were too stupid to make decisions at the right time, shout out David, like you are telling me that you don't want to win. And ultimately, I asked you guys this question last year. Does Manchester United want to win? Season 4 of the same question being asked, and the answer is still no. Because how do you feel about Frodo Baggins finally leaving and Kermit the Frog and 10 and Slavia Dajan? I think for me, honestly, Frog in the 10. Who's Kermit the Frog in the 10?
Bruno.
Oh, another game that Bruno was a ghost? Oh,
he wasn't a ghost. He wasn't a ghost. I saw him for that first penalty. I saw him and I felt his effect. Did you see what Bruno did?
Oh no, Oscar.
No, what did he do?
Bruv, his clearance is the reason it was in a dangerous area.
And his clearance is putting it lightly. That was not a clearance.
I saw the like the highlights, but I didn't clock Bruno did anything that was scandalous.
Go and watch why Man United gave away a penalty. Go and watch it.
Peter.
Why the penalty?
Watch it again. But you see, again, when I tell people that Bruno's are up, they think I'm being a hater. This guy does this in every game. The problem was, honestly, like the last 3 years, what you man have seen is Ollie's witch doctor at work. Because there's so many things that we have been saved from, the embarrassment that we've been saved from, because the individuals we had were just like on crud. Yeah. On the other point about Harry Maguire, I think
holy smokes. Sorry, I'm just
what was he doing?
It was like a golf swing. What was that?
It was mad. So you see when it comes to Harry Maguire, like he has to do what Jacob did to marry Rachel. Like, because I am personally done with this youth. I'm done with Harry Maguire. Because when I look at the Manchester United
god-awful centre-half
criteria for captain, forget centre-back. He is one of the biggest cowards I've ever seen in a Manchester United shirt. He's a coward. And I use that intentionally because I've never seen a man hide. The spine of this man, he hides so much from responsibility. I've never seen a man not command his back four as frequently as Harry Maguire. Like, honestly, like we know why he got the captain's armband. There's a couple reasons why he got the captain's armband, and we all know why. And one of those reasons we're not going to say, but it's very clear why. Yeah. Now
But even at that, again, Man United is the problem. Where the hell are the leaders? Why in the blue hell is Harry Maguire in his first season? This guy's not a leader. What's he led? He led Hull to relegation.
No, Adrian. The reason I get onto Harry Maguire is because there's players like him, Harry Kane, who know the BS they do, and they know they're getting away with it. And he knows it. He knows he's getting away with it.
Of course.
And for me, I look at him and I'm like, yeah, you're a punk still. Like you're actually a coward because, bruv, he's at fault for at least 80% of the goals we've conceded just this season.
Wow.
It's him. I can look at the last 5 games, and point to you to why Harry Maguire's at fault. Let's not even discuss Liverpool. That had 5 goals in it. Let's not even discuss Liverpool. You get sent off in a period where Donny van der Beek has come on and he's affected the game so much so we can actually get a 2-2 draw from this. You get sent off, and
The
then,
week
and then on
of.
top of that,
The week of.
only like an idiot high fives him.
Oh,
Like,
that
like,
wasn't good.
like,
That
like,
wasn't
I'm-
good.
Like, listen,
wasn't
guys,
good.
I watched
What?
this game on
What do you mean?
Saturday, and I said,
You high fived
this-
him. He took the armband off, threw it on the ground, walked off, and Ollie high fived him.
like
Like I said,
honestly,
for my own mental health, I didn't watch the game, guys. I was being serious. I said I'm not going to watch the game
What?
because I watched
Like-
the highlights and I knew I would be annoyed.
I
I thought it was Alan Shearer. I thought, what's going on here?
I had arguments with people at my workplace who were telling me that they'd rather take Harry Maguire over Raphael Varane. I wanted to dash things. I wanted to throw things at work because I said, you guys are crazy. Like, what are you watching? And honestly, I have questioned many a Manchester United fans' football opinion this year. This season, I'm like, okay, you guys do not watch football. Like, Master the White, Messi Gray, you know.
Damn.
Like, honestly,
I
like,
wish on
I've
YouTube, we could search. You know, like you could search when we've spoken about certain topics on relevant channels.
yeah.
Because I remember ranting about the transfer fee. I remember ranting about him as a player. Never mind his transfer money. Him
Yeah.
as a player, I said he's not good enough for Man United. And I remember the day he was given captaincy in his first year at Manchester United. I
Yep.
was boiling. I need to find that footage. I wish I could just Google. Look, Peter, Captain Harry Maguire, go. I wish I could just find it, but you could be here all day.
Because honestly, like I have never been disgusted at a player like that. Like even Fred and McTominay are just like ability issues. They're just not good. Harry Maguire was built to be this guy that he's not, and it tells you that the scouting process at Man United is abysmal because
Horrible.
he fits
Oh yeah,
the
was it?
profile. Go on.
Sorry, was it? Well, isn't he another one that was meant to go to Man City?
Yeah, he was on go to Man City.
Okay,
Now,
that's fine.
now, this is the thing. I don't care what Pep would have done with him. I don't care if he would have been average or fantastic. I couldn't.
He dodged the bullet. He dodged the frigging bullet.
He at the end of the day, he's not at City, and he's here now. He's here with us. Then you've got clowns, and now I think like this for me certified why I think I'm not gonna respect Gary Neville for a long time. He is one of the biggest disgraces to the club for a long time.
Doesn't even play for Man United.
because I think Gary Neville loves to hear the sound of his own voice. If you're telling me if we're talking about Gary Neville, the pundit,
Hello.
he's been an above average pundit. He's done his job. This year, I've seen how far biases can get you, because you're telling me Harry Maguire has gone on a 2 to 3 year bad spell. 2 to 3 year bad spell.
Oh, did you see that tweet, bruv?
And he said he is the future of Manchester United.
Hold on, let me
Gary was spitting, man. Gary was spitting.
No,
Which
like
one?
honestly,
Maguire the future.
He is. The future isn't always good, though.
Everything to do with this club this season has just.
Wait, when did Neville say this? Is this this year?
After I think after Ollie got fired, something like that. It was very recently.
Recent?
No.
He tweeted before the game, before the Watford game.
It was like Saturday or yesterday.
Imagine saying Maguire.
The future. The future of Man United, who's 28 years old.
28.
Hold on.
He's 28 years old.
He's 28.
What's the date today? Hold on.
The 22nd.
Here's what he said on 20th of November. I quote: "What is happening now is that Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw are experiencing post-Euro syndrome and burnout. I know because I've had it. Absolute tool, bro."
Okay, do you know what? I won't criticize that comment. I'm not going to criticize that because he's clearly seen something that he knows. He said that I've been there. I'm not going to go heavy on that comment. Get to the future of Manchester United.
I'm gonna go heavier on that comment because no one else for England has gone through that.
Everyone for
But
England.
everyone's affected. Everyone's affected though, differently. You get affected differently.
Like I don't want to give these guys any credit whatsoever, but I mean, you're looking at Harry Kane, you're looking at Mason Mount.
Don't put Harry Kane in there. Don't put Harry Kane in there.
All these players
Harry
are
Kane-
not
Harry
really
Kane-
playing how they were playing.
Harry
Henderson.
Kane was playing in DM before the Euros, so let's not do this.
And he
Let's
was
not do
top goal
this.
scorer. And
But
top
he's
assist.
but he's smelling now.
But he's been
smelling.
smelling all year.
No, he hasn't.
Bro, he got double goals and assists last season.
He was
He
smelling
got it-
since the
he-
Euro.
He got them. The majority of those goals came in the first half of the season.
Still, he still got like 23 goals and like
Let's-
10,
come
15
on.
assists.
Come on, Alex.
You know what? I'm not gonna.
Kane did not have
Harry
Kane did not have a
because
bad season last year. We can't do that.
He
He
had
didn't have a bad
a
season.
good half season, guys.
No, he had a
No,
good
he had a good
season.
whole
He had a good
All right,
season.
all right.
Like if you said that about Son, I agree with you. Son is normally the guy who gives you half a year.
I'm not even going to dignify this with a debate because this is absolute
Yeah,
nonsense.
it's off
Yeah,
topic.
it's
and
not-
it's not
This is
relevant.
absolute nonsense because I'm so
I
sorry.
think Kane was a fair point to bring up with what Oscar's saying. Is what I mean. Oscar brought up Kane. That's a fair person to bring up.
Because you're telling me that Jorginho's not gone through a burnout.
His team won.
I was
His team won the championship.
The England player.
So you're
Jorginho
telling me
has.
Verratti's not gone through a burnout. Like what are we doing
Like-
here, guys?
No, what I'm saying is,
what are we doing?
if Ernest, here's what we're doing. A former footballer who's played in European tournaments has said, "Look, I've suffered burnout before. I understand what Shaw and Maguire are going through." Oscar then lists other England players that are
It's
also.
smelly, David.
Look-
It's smelly, David.
I said, "Okay, fine,
I'm
but
sorry,
you know,
this is smelly,
we didn't
bro.
play the game. Like, I'm just taking heed to what he said because he's played the game.
Bro,
He's done it. He's been there and done it. And there's good things to back to back the point like the players Oscar
This is
brought
I
up.
absolutely
remember, hold on. And all this year, Pogba has not been playing once. I don't know if he played on Saturday. Did he play?
No.
He's injured
No,
and he's suspended.
he got a red
No,
card
and
after
red
the
card.
Liverpool game.
This is what I'm saying. If this was Pogba in the team, we all know where the blame's going. We all know as soon as these man consistently, even the other game, Man City.
At the beginning of the season last season, there was no excuse. Pogba had COVID, bruv. There was no
Name-
excuse for
okay.
Pogba. So
But-
I'm so sorry. These are all smelly nonsense. Smelly.
I don't think it's
I'm not
smelly. I
having
think you're going too far with it. It's too far, Ernest. It's too far. Name me one England player. Name me one England player that's done well since the Euros. Name me one.
I'm not having any of it.
Name me one. Okay, Declan Rice. One. Who else? Who else? Who else?
Who else?
Yes. Okay. You can't name one player of 23.
Carl Walker.
This is absolutely
Carl
nonsense.
Walker,
What are
fine,
we doing
two.
here?
What do you mean?
Man
It's
said
not
he-
not,
man said
bro.
Name me, bro. Listen.
Yeah,
let-
you're
let's
giving me two. You're giving me
let's
two
not
out of a squad of 25.
Let's not do this. Harry Maguire.
What I'm saying to you is that
Harry
to say it's
Maguire-
smelly is just a bit
Harry
like,
Maguire- it's
okay,
smelly.
why do you think you know? Why do you
smelly.
think you know more than, say, for
It's
example, Neville, who can understand what the players are
Because
going?
he's been
Gary
back with
Neville
this
is
guy, bro.
consistently giving excuses for players that he likes. He
So
does
that's-
this
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, that's the bottom line, isn't it?
Excuses all the time. He gives excuses all the time, and it's about time that all his nonsense.
But it doesn't mean it's not valid, though. It doesn't mean it's not valid.
but
What we're not happy with, is that he doesn't critique. What we're not happy is he doesn't critique, and that's fair enough because he's never critiqued Ollie and he's never critiqued these players, and I'm with that. But to say he's just making excuses doesn't make any sense.
It's not a lack of critique. It's the fact that certain people will never get criticized. That is the problem.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, fine. Yes. Yeah. That's not the argument I'm making.
Had a bad
That's not
patch
my
of
argument.
But my point
What
is
is that?
like you are looking at players that have cost Man United game in, game out, and there is no criticism. Players who are better get more criticism. Then you look at the manager and you look at his organization and you look at everything surrounding it and you say there's poor organization, there's no style, there's no system, and you will never point to the guy that is at the heart of that. But you want to protect Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw, who have been absolutely abysmal in the last 2 years.
I don't think it's this. I don't think you're looking at it right. I don't think you're looking at it right.
Peter.
I'm not backing these men, by the way. Let me be clear. I'm not backing these men. I'm just saying. I'm saying that.
Peter, you need to listen to our comment.
Hold on, here's my issue going on. Yeah? You played for this club,
the
yeah?
idea that he's gone through. I'm so sorry, David.
You played for this club, yeah, under Ferguson. Cool. You know the standards of this team, guys. For you not to call out this rubbish consistently,
That's not what I'm arguing. It's not what I was arguing, guys.
No.
No. If you're gonna listen, if we're having a disagreement, let's disagree with the points that are being made.
Right,
I'm
cool.
not saying because I said what's it called? I said, you know, where we can critique Neville and the like, right? They don't criticize these players. I totally agree with all of you there on that, 100%. These men get away with everything. What I am saying though is that the excuses he's making, I think there is some credence to it. I don't think it's a smelly comment just because there was no fire with it. Wait, Robin. Just because there was no fire with it or no criticism of it, it doesn't mean that there is probably something we should pay attention to here. Somebody who's a former footballer, we don't know what it's like. So why are we acting like as if, it's just, it comes across a little bit, is it ignorant or arrogant? I don't know what the word is, but it comes across like we may know, say, for example, more than Neville. Neville's just said something that's made me think, actually, that's why I don't think it's a smelly comment. That's all. The future of England thing was what I wanted to get to.
No, so Peter, so you think there's a saying of someone that's saying there's a bad patch of 2 to 3 years? Because that's what he said.
Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about post Euros form. That's what I'm referring to. The 2 to 3 thing is hilarious.
I think one thing we can.
How long is a career?
That's his Man United career, isn't it? For Maguire.
One thing we can agree on is the fact that all these England players, there's a large amount of them that have come back in. But I think what Ernest's point is that luxury of excuse is not afforded to other Manchester United players, and he's clearly picked his guy. Harry Maguire's his guy. Luke Shaw's his guy. Gary Neville has worked in the England setup, and he constantly backs these English boys for Manchester United. So I think that's where the frustration comes in.
Both can be true, though, isn't it? Both can be correct. I agree that he lets other people get away with murder, and he's very heavily critical about those that are not his boys, his buddies, right? His gang. But both can be true.
It's smelly, man. I'm so it's so smelly.
That's a shame.
Well, shout out to Manny Max. He says United pundits pick and choose which players to criticize. Generally, Neville tends to avoid criticizing British players. Keane doesn't hold back.
100%.
And we've seen that all summer with the situation with Harry Kane and how he treated that.
Yeah, I agree.
No, guys. Do you know that Harry Maguire is meant to be in jail? Like, people need to understand that bare things have happened to this point in the last 2 years, and nothing is said about this youth, bruv. Man said to the cab driver, "Do you know who I am? Are you taking a piss?" Like,
Ernie.
If any other player with a certain skin tone had asked that question, this guy was cupping his ears, scoring against. Like, are you mad? No, no, honestly. Like, honestly, I think this was the year. Yeah. I think 2021 was the year I was closest to saying I'm not supporting Man United because there were so many things that inside the club, outside the club, do not help with what we look like as a club. Everything points to sentiment towards certain players. Bare manner avoided. Like you had Gabriel Bonlo, like the clown. Comes on flipping Talk Sport and starts saying that Roy Keane is bullying Harry Maguire.
Oh, Gabby. Oh, Gabby.
What is 4 years old? Like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here, bruv? Then you have idiots who will watch us play, and because of a victory, they think we played well. There were so many things, there were so many factors that made me think there is no point in supporting this club. Peter had been telling me for years. Arsenal fans have been telling me for years. Liverpool fans have been telling me for years. Manchester United fans are some of the dumbest fans in world football. And I never believed it until this year. I said, no, these lot are stupid. There is a level of insanity I can tolerate. This year, wow, it's been bad. It's been bad. Now, back to focus on the club before I finish. You decided to sack this guy at this point in time. You now have to deal with the fact that you cannot get who you want, because we know who they want.
Who do they want?
They want Brendan Rodgers.
Ernest, please don't. Ernest, don't.
Again, David is not wrong. I told you guys last week, they want someone who is pliable. They want someone who is bendable to their will. They've done 2 big boy managers who they couldn't bend to their will. We talk about Jose being toxic and all this other stuff. There's a part of me that says that was absolute BS, because he actually was an authoritarian who tried to tell the man them, you guys are actually not good enough, and I need better players to do my job. Now, the club don't want to hear that because they want to make it happen. Even now, they said no to Conte because Conte wanted £250 million in the summer. Now, that tells me that he wants to improve the squad and they don't. Because if you're saying no to Conte, it's because you know that he's gonna come with authority of I won the league at Inter and I won the league in your flipping country, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? Number two, like
So he actually he wanted the United job. You think was he actually
Conte-
interested in it?
I slightly
was
disagree on the Brendan thing. I think it's someone else, but that is something.
no, Robin. What I'm saying is the
Ernest,
Pochettino,
please.
Brendan Rodgers type are the types that haven't won league titles.
Okay.
So you can tell them, like what to do. You can tell them, oh, we don't want to sign a defensive midfielder. We're gonna sign Ronaldo. You can tell them that, but Conte will come and say, okay, here is the glaring issue we have. Let's fix that. Let's actually block the leak. One guy said a fantastic point on YouTube this weekend, and he said the probable reason why Zidane has said no to United, apart from his missus not being on it, is he's probably asking the questions that Oli and Poch won't ask. The issues that need to be fixed. Real managers ask real questions. I remember me and Peter were on the train one time, and we're talking about like the screening they did for Unai Emery, and we had a long talk about like the fact that it was 10 coaches and Unai was the only one they said yes to. And the assumption has to be made that at the time Ancelotti was available, at the time someone else, I've forgotten who was available.
Allegri, Enrique, Benitez, Ancelotti. Who was the other one? There was a couple others. I can't remember now off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But big boy man, big man things.
Exactly. And real managers will ask questions like, okay, we need to fix the midfield problem. Because, guys, I love Michael Carrick. He's the first player I've got in a name on the back of my shirt, in life,
Good player.
But I fail to understand how one of the best midfielders I've ever seen watch in this football team, looks on the pitch and looks at Fred, McTominay, Matic, and says, this is good enough. No, I am confused.
I do question that because it has to be either two things. Either Oli is literally saying, no, like I'm going to do what I want, or you're just agreeing with him and just going for the ride and say this is good enough.
I have sources saying ESPN.com saying behind the scenes, Oli done too much delegation, all pally with the man and that. And so it's a bit...
Listen, guys, make my day. David, let them make my day. Brendan, Poch, make my day. Because the man staring you in the face is definitely Zidane. Definitely Zidane.
No, Pete. The truth is this. This is the sad truth, of Manchester United. This is the end of Manchester United. Because the reality is, whoever we get, we are not winning the league.
I do think like you said about the real managers asking real questions. I think if you do get Zidane over the line, I think it will force a whole kind of cultural change. I think it'll be a cultural change. It won't be the United that we got used to in these last 10 years. I genuinely think if Zidane does come, like Ernest is saying, it's like he needs that. It's like the Conte thing, isn't it? It's
like ACN though.
They've conceded that. Look, we need to really. We now need to take it home. Let's do this. Let's actually be serious and win the league. Talk to me,
Peter. If Guardiola's still about, if Klopp's still about, if Tuchel's still about, it's not happening, bro. It is not happening. It's like trying. There's a creme de la creme, and then the rest, bro.
I agree,
Arsenal and Man United. We're going nowhere.
We're going nowhere.
David, wait. Here's why I disagree. I totally understand what you're saying, though. The competition is fierce, right? Don't get me wrong. If you're going to the game with Brendan, Poch, and friggin' whoever the other one was linked, right? But and Oli and people like that. But if you bring Zidane in, why can't he become one of those? We're talking about a 3-time Champions League winner. I know there's caveats, but as a 3-time Champions League winner, he won La Liga, I think, twice. You know what I'm saying? In the last, 10, 15 years, Real Madrid have won La Liga 3 times. Okay? And he's come in there. I think he's won 2 of those. Right? So what I'm saying is that, I think Zidane, put it this way, if Zidane comes to Manchester United, I do not think he's folded. I think Man United would have said, okay, This is somebody who's going to be serious. United have decided to be serious, and then and let's be fair, the recruitment of Manchester United, we would assume with Zizou in charge, would change completely. It's an assumption, of course, but
PR,
in terms of the
who's
plethora of
the
players to join.
director?
One second, because if you're Manchester United, right? Say you're a player, right? You're a top player and whatever else. You've got Manchester United to fall onto, and Zidane, serial winner in the short career he's had. I think he's been at Madrid 6 years, 5 major honors. I mean, come on, you know. So that's what I mean. I'm not saying under this regime, even if they get Zidane under this regime, totally with you guys, no doubt about it. But if they go down the Brendan Rodgers, the Poch, guys, I will be singing every week.
Every
freaking week.
Pete, you have to remember, the idea that Zidane would do well at United is 50-50 because he had a complete 11. Every single player in that Real Madrid starting 11 was absolutely generational. Casemiro is the best defensive midfielder I've seen for Madrid since Xabi Alonso. Toni Kroos, like these guys are absolute ballers. Marcelo was their left back. You're talking levels here. Then Sergio Ramos, Varane, and then up top, we know what was happening.
Yeah.
At Man United, like you have a slight, like you remember when Doctor Strange lifted his finger in Endgame, and he was like, Tony Stark, this is the one chance in 14 million that you could win this thing. There is a 1 in 40 million chance that he turns Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Wan-Bissaka into good players. Like, okay, you guys are good. You are above average.
Sorry, Ernest. What? Sorry. So what I'm saying with Zidane is that 4 depart. I'm not saying he sticks there with it. I'm saying he brings in.
This is when Adrian, help me out. What's that saying? An immovable object, an unstoppable force.
Means the immovable objects.
A immovable object.
That's a King Kong versus Godzilla.
Do you know who the immovable object is in this scenario?
Go on.
The culture that has allowed Mata, Phil Jones, and Matic to be on new contracts.
What?
You can't get rid of those, man. And you want to get rid of 85 million? Listen, guys, Zidane comes in and he's in the same ilk as Jose and Van Gaal. He is demanding. You're telling me
Juan Mata still plays for Manchester United?
Yeah, man. On the books. Hey, he's my favorite United player.
Player / ambassador.
What's
he doing?
Hold on. You thought I was playing? No, Pete, don't do this to me.
No, the others I knew, but I didn't know he's still there.
No, don't do this to me. At the beginning of the 2021-22 season, we had 5 goalkeepers. I don't think you understand. The problems at Man United always come up when seasons like this happen. When you see that everything's going bad, then all of a sudden you remember Lee Grant is still there. Diogo Dalot,
he's living a movie.
A wing back we should keep, but we're going to sell him for Kieran Trippier, who I like. But then you have the problem of Wan-Bissaka's still there and he's 23. There are so many issues we have. Cavani's last season is this year. Ronaldo's first season is almost done. So he has one more year until he jets off. He could even jet off in January. We don't even know. Pogba, Lingard, and someone else I've forgotten are potentially going to be gone by January. There's so much rebuilding that needs to happen by May 2022 that I don't care if it's Pep Guardiola that comes here. The issues you have are the highest paid CEO in world football is trying to find his way back as CEO. And at the time he told us he was leaving. He said, December 2021, I'm going to be gone. He said, no, but recruit me back again as advisor to the club, in which problems I caused. One of them was
so more money. So he'll be on more money if he's an advisor. So who recruits the new manager then? If Edward was not there, who then does it?
It's 8:50. You want to start now?
Okay.
It's 10-9. Do you want to start that conversation now? Because he's saying, no, Endo, it is RIP hours.
Facts.
Because the truth is this. He's saying he doesn't want his last act as CEO to be sacking a manager. The new guy said he doesn't want his first act to be sacking a manager. Now he's sacked anyway. So now you have to do the due diligence of actually doing your job. The highest paid CEO, this guy is paid more than Florentino Perez, the biggest gangster in football. He's paid more than him.
I'll tell you what, though.
United, under his reign, have not won a league in 8 years.
But commercially have grown exponentially.
Yes.
That's his skill. That's his skill right there.
Is my name Bill Gates?
No, but I'm just saying, isn't it? How have Man United not won a major honor in however long, and yet Man United's stature is hench?
Can I?
He knows money, bro. You don't know football.
Yeah,
this idea
I agree.
Let's give these guys credit because they built the brand of a football club. Like, let's be real. Any other business, is in competition with other businesses, and if it doesn't sell a product, it's going bust. Man United is not going bust, bro. They're in the same league. Yeah,
Oscar,
this commercialization. All you need is a couple good marketing schemes, and you're taking Man United from here to here.
Oscar. Here's my point. Oscar, here's my point. No other football club, I kid you not, maybe Real Madrid, but no other football club in world football can be on a drought Man United are on and grow commercially. I don't know it. I don't know it. If you don't win things, and you may stay the same, or you might have a steady decline, I understand. A la Arsenal, for example, right? But how do you not win things? And they are growing. We are talking about people who are growing. Okay? Man United are so hench financially. It's a joke, blood. It's a joke. And let's talk about Man United 10 years ago, where they were commercially. They're not where they were 10 years ago. We're talking like 200%. Oscar, any football club in the world, maybe bar Real Madrid, look at them commercially. Chelsea, Cities, Barca's, Arsenal's, Liverpool's, the lot. That man would not be growing at all if they were not winning things. No chance.
I hear that.
That was my skill. That was the point I was talking about. I understand your point. We can't praise man commercially because he's doing nothing on the pitch. But bro, this is Judge. What I'm looking at is Judge.
Balance. It's like having a great attacking side, but you can't defend. It's just like balance, isn't it? Obviously, we spoke a little bit about Rodgers. Huncho has made a comment that I'm sure Peter will agree with. He said, Poch is the most overrated manager in this generation. No trophies, just a few finals.
Vibes.
And obviously, he's the one that you guys are linked with alongside Brendan Rodgers. Does anyone care about this?
Hang on. Fadsley, right?
Yeah. No,
if you're gonna go with Pochettino's League Cup win in the French League, which he took over, I think his first game, was the final. This is a man who has lost the league in France. He has to get Messi just to go 15 points clear at the top this year. No.
To be fair,
no.
Them man are like 11 points clear in November.
Yeah, but look what it's taken. On Oscar, on his watch, he managed 7-8 months of the season with Mbappe and Neymar, to name a few. Yeah, but no, I need to get Messi, and obviously Lille probably lost some players over the summer, and now he's 11 points, 15 points clear at the top. Come on, it's a disgrace.
Okay,
listen, if I said to someone today, I just saw a comment. I think it was C1. Was saying that Poch is better than Oli. I say to people all the time, if you're asking me, there is not much difference. There is little to no difference between Poch and Oli. Simply because of this. If I'm going to reach for a weak argument, the weak argument I'm going to say is at least Oli's won somewhere. That's the weak argument I'm going to bring. Both of them, when it matters, don't win. Period. When it matters... No, listen to what I'm saying. Poch was in the league with Leicester and Arsenal and lost the league. Guys, Pochettino, the height of his management was not a trophy. Think about it, guys. The height this guy gets, the height of his praise, of his accolades, were no accolades. He was just I made Tottenham part of the conversation for a top 4 fight. That is Pochettino's legacy. He's gone to PSG, and the bar is lower for PSG because we know that it's a farmers league. But you lost the league to Lille Like the mind boggles as to how people argue this Poch over Oli thing. But I couldn't care less for the debate because the point I was trying to make is this: if you're telling me Poch is what we have now, because the problem they're having is that Ralph Rangnick wants the job full term, and United want to give him the job on the interim, but he's like, guys, I'm levels.
I'm Ralph Rangnick, crying out loud.
You see what I'm saying? Now, Eric Ten Hag is saying, listen, guys, I'm down, but I think he's won the most points in a group stage of any Ajax manager in the Champions League. I think he's got like 4 wins. So he's like, let me do something with my boys. Because you know,
come in the summer.
Ajax is a proper family club. Like, they raise these kids. When you hear Donny van der Beek speak,
very well run.
They might have had the same coaches since they were like 4 years old at youth academy. They still see their youth coaches in that. So, like, it's a proper family club type feel. So he said, let me just ride out this year. Let me try and win a thing. Plus, he's had some memories with some of these kids with the night in the Bernabeu. They beat Juve as well. So he's like, let me try a thing. So I can come in the summer, but let me try something. So United are saying that the options they have now are Pochettino, Brendan Rodgers, and some other names have been thrown in the ring, but I think it's all cap, like all Steve Bruce and that. I think that's cap. I don't think. I know United are dumb, but I know United are not that dumb. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Robin said anything can happen.
No, it's true. It's true.
Anything can happen.
But it's true. I just don't think we're gonna steep that low. But this is the thing. If you're asking me, who am I taking out of Carrick and Poch? That is not a debate. I don't know who Carrick is.
Ernest, is it fair to say that you're worse now than without Oli? Is that fair? Is that fair to say?
Fair.
How are we here? How are we here where it's worse?
Because the truth is, like, this is, if you were to ever write like a dissertation on like Better the Devil You Know, this is the situation. Because with Oli, I knew what I was getting. I knew that I didn't know what I was getting. With Michael Carrick, my bro, Adrian asked me about his coaching badges. I don't know what he has. I don't know what he goes home and says, all right, cool, I'm levels. Like, he tells his missus, like, yo, I'm going to work today. I don't know what his philosophy is. I don't know who his favorite players are. I don't know what the plan is against Villarreal. So I do know that.
It's such a big game. Like, it is a must-win game. That's the.
Rob, if we lose on Tuesday,
well, you can't. You can draw though, right?
Uncle, the thing is, even if you can, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
I don't want that.
I don't take that risk.
You know,
I've been saying this. All I care about, just get through the group stages. That's all I ask.
That's true. Robin's been on that from day one.
Yeah, just get through the group stages.
Which is what you gotta find hard to do.
Also, by the way, Oli, as of last night, has never gone to this last 16 of the Champions League with Manchester United. So it never happened.
And he's entered the group stage every season, isn't he? Like every full season he's had, he's entered the group stage.
If they don't win, it goes to young boys. I think exactly.
And young boys still go through.
No. We can't have plastic pits
clowns
in the knockout stage. We can't.
No.
They will have to remove them from the tournament.
But of
no
course
shame,
can.
man.
Do you know why? Manchester United will allow it. Again, this is on us.
But UEFA have to turn around and say no. We have to take this team out. UEFA will have to take them out. You can't enter a tournament with a pitch.
How can Messi be getting black bits and bobs in his boots? Come on.
Here is also
the cancerous black bits and bobs, by the way, which are now cancerous.
You know, you take home your boots, so you're hitting them together.
You're clanging.
No, guys, rest in peace, or as the kids say nowadays, rest in piss. I am so fed up with this club. Like, I'm fed up. And the thing is, I gave up when he was signed as manager. But I have seen other variables that I didn't consider, like the stupidity of fans and the stupidity of the club.
I've been
more idiotic.
Right,
I've been guys, all the time. Man United fans, it is a war zone because there's so many dumb things out there that's said online, and I keep preaching, but people don't believe. People do not believe.
Robin, let's wrap up this Man United talk. We've gone on an hour. the video.
Okay.
Mr. Ollie's post-match, whatever it was, his goodbye video. I mean, I said in the group chat that I actually broke down because I thought, I won't say that he was forced into it. Maybe they've agreed it. Maybe he's the one that suggested it or whatnot. But my God,
they should have had Davina McCall out there.
It's just
showing him his best.
Bro, guys, it may be because obviously you got to remember the human side of things, isn't it?
Brother house now.
United is the Big Brother house.
Yeah, man got
a reality TV.
A post-eviction interview of your time at the house. But man, I honestly that hurt me, man.
Because initially I was thinking, you know what? Fair enough. And then it occurred to me, it's like, hold on, why are we doing this? Like the guy's just been fired. Why are we giving him such an interview? Like he's no longer in a job. But then apparently he requested it. Like it was in his own terms. He said he didn't want to tell anyone else. He wanted to tell Man United fans himself on Man United TV.
Right.
The thing is, I respect it, but did the interview have to come out yesterday? Like
Oscar, I'm
good
not gonna
question.
lie.
Strike with the iron's hot, innit?
Oscar, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even when you were tweeting yesterday and you said like it was his decision, I was like,
yeah,
fair enough. But like, it's just like I don't respect it. Like I because it's just. I think that with the little dignity you have left, you go because I think a lot of people confuse the fact that we didn't like him as a manager we don't respect him as a legend. Like, bro, you're a legend, like you're a Man United legend. Like, just understand this is the game. The minute you wear the suit, the blazer, like you're a manager, bro. Like you can't come with this sentiment. Because the question is how long the sentiment hold as a manager. So this
3 years apparently,
bro. So this whole thing of like he went in and decided to do the interview. I'm like, fair enough. You wanted to do it. It's your prerogative, innit? But I can't respect it because I'm like, it makes it seem more sentimental than it was. Like you have a job to do, bro. Like you have a job to do, and the thing is, we're holding you to the same account as every other Man United manager that has come before you. There is nothing wrong with holding a man to a standard. And somehow, people made it about, respect Ollie. No one disrespect. Well, there's people that will cuss him personally, which I think they're all idiots. But my problem was Ollie is not good enough. Like, what is the... It's not quantum physics. He's not good enough as a manager.
Do you think his interview was telling because he mentioned that he met good people. You should. Well, I say you should. It's up to you. But like, I think there was so much to unpack in the interview because he was sort of saying, I met some people obviously that had been here when I was playing. I've met some new people. I've met great relationships and everything else. And obviously, just before he was breaking down to tears, he was sort.
Sancho is a bad you know.
Listen, what is
Yo, he's got it good, bruv. Chelsea have got it good, man.
Peter, by the way, man's talking about he's reconnected with people. It's not a networking event. You haven't gone to Camp Rock. You're Manchester United manager.
And this is the thing.
Man didn't mention trophies. Man didn't mention winning games. Look what he's talking about.
And the telling line as well is that he said that's what it's all about. I'll go even further. That's what he said with everything caveated to that conversation. He said that's what it was all about. Now, interestingly, it says more to me about Man United than it did about Ollie.
Man United is LinkedIn FC. That's what they are now.
Ollie came to socialize. He made new relationships because he said he literally talked about that. And he said, "Look, that's what it's all about." It said to me more about Manchester United than it did about Ollie because how you were talking about the Mourinho.
Should have met them. Oceana, Manchester.
I said Oceana. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh dear. We
I like it, though, man.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it? It was that thing of like because Mourinho's, I guess, was the whole toxic thing and whatever else. Where what it came to was like, bruv, I want to win trophies. I want to do this, blah blah. Then it became so far the other way that it was like, let's be friends and families. It's happy days. It's it's milkshake. Channel 5 in the morning kind of thing. Now it's like. Now where do Man United go from here? You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, Man United are posting the job on Indeed. Send CVs immediately.
I don't even think they gave it that much for.
No, the thing is, and that's the thing. Man United are so hilarious that they've put themselves in a worse position now because they don't have a replacement manager, right? They put themselves in a worse position now than what they were on Saturday. That is astonishing to me. Because Carrick cannot be leading the line. Villarreal is his first game. His first game. And then who have you got on the weekend? Who you got on the weekend?
Oh, you know who
Got
you got.
Chelsea.
Oh God, where?
This tells me Oli wasn't meant to get sacked. That's what this tells me. It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident. This was an accident. Because I'm sure, look, Man United have been having some horrific fixtures around the recent time, right? Very recent time. So I'm going to assume your December looks clean. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
So
if that's, you would think maybe that's what you're getting someone in for.
This is why Ernest kept going on and about our fixtures at the start, because we have this block in October and in March. Everything else in between, we had the dibby teams. We play all the big guns at once.
Yeah, it was such an accident. A sacking, wasn't it? It was like press red. You know what I'm saying? Like the alarm's gone off, hit red, and then that was it. And so what do we do next? Oh, well, what do you do in a situation like this? Flip me, Man United.
So under a certain manager, I would have said December's looking nice, but you can't even predict that.
Like, it's nice until March, like really nice until March.
AD, what was you going to ask me?
I was going to say, it's like, in the Iron Man match where man slapped you in the sharpshooter. You've got 15 seconds left.
Just
don't tap out. Just hold on. But Oli just gave in the end. Unfortunately.
I mean, Man, I think that's probably the best comment of the night.
I think I don't know if we're done, but I feel like one of the best ways to end it is, okay, tomorrow you guys have Villarreal, yeah?
Is it tomorrow?
We have no idea what to expect, but are Manchester United winning this game?
They have Ronaldo, yes. The answer is yes. They've got Cristiano Ronaldo. Oscar, if we've watched anything this season, he is fake, number one. But number two, I think he's got 50% of their goals and assists this season. It's astonishing, his record this year, right? So with the fact, listen, as long as they've got Ronaldo, Oscar, anything is possible with Man United. Anything is possible.
Do you know what's
the thing is, if I'm Emery, I'm looking at this tomorrow and I'm like, we need to cook these lot. Like, honestly,
while they're down,
If I'm Emery, like, guide the ways, By the way, I spread my net far wide to Maurizio Sarri. Like, I will take Maurizio Sarri.
You take Sarri over Pochettino and friggin' Brendan Rodgers.
If Sarri went to United, I would cry.
God! Listen, Oscar. If they get Sarri, man, it's time to.
People always say to me, how do you feel that content? But Sarri, I care. Like, if Sarri went to United, that'd be a big deal.
Do you know something else about tomorrow? Number one, it's the 5:45 kickoff, so it's early, which is really annoying. Number two,
is it 5:45?
Yeah, man, perfect.
Yeah, it's early.
Oh dear.
Number two, Villarreal have lost their last 6 games.
What?
You should have seen their record last year. Their record last year was hilarious.
It's the perfect storm for.
Wait, they've lost their last.
Embarrassment.
Records are there to be broken.
They've not won in their last 6. What was Man United's last win? Was it in their last 6?
We've lost
Spurs.
5 out of 7.
Yes.
5 out of 7. Oh my God.
The thing is, Carrick's not even going to give you a new manager bounce because he's been there. It's just an extension of Oli. In fact, we'll probably face some Oli before he gets on the coach. Like, it's nothing different. No new ideas. Like Oli wasn't particularly toxic, so
Oh my god.
I don't know, man.
Your FaceTime, Ollie. Oh my gosh, I'm finished.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know who's playing tomorrow, bar Ronaldo. I don't know how they're going to play. I don't know what's going to happen, but boy,
Yo, Adrian, what's it? Robin is not capping. Villarreal are 12th in the league. In 13 games, they've won 3, drawn 7, lost 3.
What?
Goodness.
That's Emery all over. Emery doesn't lose, but he doesn't win either.
How do you have more draws than wins and losses combined? How do you have more draws, Unai? Huh?
That's Emery, man.
He's 14 points off top.
Hey,
My
hey,
God.
Put your agenda to bring back Wazza for the interim.
No,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
here.
Oscar,
Yeah,
I'm
So it's
in.
like minus 8 points.
I'm here for it,
I'm
man.
in. I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
Even that.
remember
Yes.
when you're saying you don't want to see, and this you want to see the end of these players to managers. I'm with you. I'm there now.
Wait, did I say I want to see the end? I didn't.
Yeah,
did I
you
say
did.
that?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
right.
did.
I don't even remember. I lied. No, bro. Honestly, as long as they do not touch Sarri, they don't touch Ten Hag, Ranić, and Zizou. Listen, any of them bring.
I don't want any manager that has a long-term plan.
What does Luis? What did Luis Enrique say? I said, "Is it April Fools?" Linking him to Manchester United. Man asked if it was April Fools.
The thing is, I can't believe the journalist asked that. Like, what do you think he's actually going to?
Yeah.
Man's
It's
got
true.
a World Cup.
Question. That was a silly question.
Listen, if Italy don't make the World Cup, yeah, when is the playoffs? By the way,
I'm loving that. I'm loving that if Italy don't make it.
because well, here's the thing, Oscar. Mancini could go to Manchester United.
Thanks to your boy.
Mancini could go to Man United.
No,
But,
any
My boy.
of the games you just mentioned are better than Poch, better than
Yeah.
Rogers. Like, oh man.
Here's the thing, bruv. I'm slowly like convinced about Tottenham and Conte, man. Slowly, because Conte's A, that good, and B, he's got a couple players that you could say, you know what, they can get him so far, and then he can add the sizzle and spice. That that's the thing. That's how so far, and it shows. It shows how important having a good manager is. Doesn't matter how good your team is. If the manager is not good, a la PSG, Manchester United, whoever else, right?
Arsenal Football Club.
Well, I mean, our team's not that good though. Our team's not even that good.
We'll go on to that.
I'm talking about teams that are good that have poor managers that have managers that are not even on level with their team. That's what I'm talking about.
Guys,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
getting hour 15, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pete,
let's move on.
run out, bro. Boss like Endo says, let's talk Liverpool and Arsenal.
I warned you last week, Peter. I said that you're in for a battering, but you didn't believe me.
I said 4 or 5. The man.
Wait, what did I say?
You said it was going to be a 2-0 and it's calm. I said, these men are going to smoke you.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'll kick things off. I'll kick things off. Look, 30 minutes into the game, we were 0-0. I was like, look, we're still in the game. We're doing all right. We're doing well. Don't know where David's gone. We'll get his comments later. But I felt like we were kind of in that game in the first 30 minutes, right? Now, I'm not going to blame Arteta for the reaction that happened, the little fisticuffs, because I enjoyed it. I was all in that. Yeah, it was all in the vein because Klopp sometimes just needs to pipe down, okay? Especially his reasoning for even going over there, because his reasoning was absolute garbage. At first, I thought, handbags. Oh, I can't even say that anymore. But anyway, it was little, fisticuffs, and then, fine. It is what it is. Because they both, at the end, even Arteta said, look, it was just on the pitch. We shook hands. We respect each other. Blah blah blah. But
Peter loves the Barclays. You love a Barclays fight, don't you?
Oh, I love a Barclays fight, my friend. And then obviously the Anfield crowd had then got up, because I think what we were good at doing was that we kept it a little bit quieter than normal. And once the Anfield lot got going, the players got going. Klopp was already at a boiling point, and then the game started getting played at 100 miles an hour. We're talking from like minute 32 to about a minute 45, right? And you know how even I think we had a chance going on the other end. We were both, it was kind of going end to end, and I didn't like it. I thought this was too icy, right? And I just knew that Liverpool were going to get a goal eventually, especially in that 100 mile an hour phase. The free kick. The thing I will say this though, the reasoning for our defeat on Saturday, I think, is more to our mistakes
Yep. Yep.
than it was necessarily, Arteta. Because I heard people blame Arteta for this, and I've heard also, people saying Liverpool are just too good, which they are very good. Don't get me wrong. But once they got the rhythm going, once the first mistake happened, because the first goal was a joke. I mean, zonal marking pisses me off. I can't explain it. How high our line was for the defending the free kick, and again, what is with these players? Sadio Mane, how many headers has he scored in his life?
No, many. No, you'd be
Has he?
surprised.
Okay, fine. Maybe. Okay, fine. Because the first thing I said,
couple figures.
really? Okay, fine. I'll take that back then. I was astonished when I saw Sadio Mane scoring a header. Not only that, he's unmarked the whole time. Gabriel, what are you doing? But then Aaron Ramsdale, you get a hand to the save, and it still goes in. Poor goalkeeping on that occasion. Now, don't get me wrong. Aaron Ramsdale, poor goalkeeping on that occasion, Oscar.
No,
What do you
I'm
want from me?
surprised, isn't it? Because every time Ramsdale makes a save, it's like he's the
piss
best
off.
goalkeeper
Am I
in
that
the
guy?
league.
Am I that guy? Is that me? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so blood. It could have been 5, 6, and 7 because of the amount of saves he was making, the amount of good saves he made. Then the second goal, was it the Tavares back pass after he's bulldozed Trent Alexander-Arnold? 2-0, game was over. The game was over, and the final 2 goals that you guys scored were brilliant football. We were absolutely getting murked, and you lot absolutely murked us on the counter with the Minamino goal and the Salah goal.
That's got to be offensive.
Sorry,
What's that ender said? Large up my Scouse Samurai Minamino. That's got to be offensive.
You got to tread carefully. I know it's in honor of him, but sensitive city and whatnot. But yeah, that was what's kind of frustrating me. And also, it kind of mentally we got shot to pieces after the second goal. Once the second goal was gone, our boys didn't get back up. And it was kind of reminding you, like, look at this young team, blah, 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 blah. But then also the leaders in our team, the older lot, people like Thomas Partey, I've got a yellow card on him, guys. My yellow card is on Thomas Partey. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it.
You see my whiskey on Sunday?
I'm surprised.
Can I just say? I'm sure when you've got the yellow card out, you're taking into account a lot of games, yeah. But yes. on Saturday night, he was playing next to Sambi Lokonga, who lead garbage. Like he was really
he was
bad.
poor.
So
it was a very poor performance.
Do you take that into account, or is it just Partey in general?
Put it this way: when Sambi and Maitland-Niles played against Watford, Maitland-Niles even got man of the match, right? Sambi looked okay; he looked fine. And Sambi is a young kid; he's going to have bad games here and there, and whatever else. Hell no, he was not. He definitely was not. Partey was our best player, or is he saying as in like in general? Okay, in general, yeah. Which might be the case. Guess what? He's never been the man of the match for Arsenal since he's played. He's never been a man of the match for Arsenal since he's played. Okay, and what's annoying is, yeah, okay, fine, United away. Yeah, that was pretty. Who did he actually get it though? I think somebody else got it. But anyway, it's just with Partey in these big moments in these big games. Probably he wasn't even fit. In fairness to him, right? He may have not even been fit. But how many times has that been the case? Partey plays games when he's not fit enough and he has a poor performance, right? Each time. And so just little things like that. But yeah, and Ben White was frigging frustrating me as well because every time we had the ball in possession, we kept giving away the ball stupidly, absolutely stupidly. But yeah, that's my rant over.
Eddie Blanco.
That's my rant over.
Let me read some comments and then I guess we can hear from either Adrian or David. I don't know who wants to go first. But Lola says, also, before people chat for the midfield and attack, know that Arsenal are 19th for chance creation. Players have been blah, but Arteta sets us up poorly and has done this for time.
Totally agree, Oscar. Let me read some stats because Lola's just brought that up for me. We've got 13 goals in the league this season. That's 14th in the Premier League in terms of ranking. That's 14th place. We have in open play goals, we've scored 7, which is 19th in the league. 19th in the league this season. Our XG is 13.8, which is 12th in the league. 13. How many games have we played this season? Is it 12? 13 maybe? So we're looking at 1 goal a game. Yeah, about that. Yeah, 1 goal a game. Big chances created, as Lola has mentioned. 7 chances this season. 7. Hence why we're 19th.
Is that in the league?
19th, as you said. 19th in the league.
Trent's done that by himself, probably.
And then shot conversion is 8.4, which is 16th in the league. This is where that stat gets funny, because if our conversion was better, then we would have a lot more goals. And then possession is 47%, which is 13th in the league. So of course, the elephant in the room, of course, is still the coach, isn't it? It's still the manager. But anyway, it's just you hear the stats, C1. Adrian, go through, and then David can jump in as well. Yeah, Burnley have more goals than us. Burnley have more goals, which, by the way, we dodged that one as well, by the way. Manchester United have conceded more goals than Burnley, who conceded 3 to Palace on the weekend, by the way. But anyway, back to Arsenal. Sorry.
Back to Liverpool.
Liverpool. Go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, man, I feel like that game reminded me of the good old days wherein that press is suffocating the opposition. I saw one time Ben White tried to bring it out like he was at the Emirates playing against Watford. And then it was just a wave of reds. And I think for me, what that game represented, 4-0 Liverpool, Arsenal, was it's just where the two teams are at the moment, where we're just sort of far and away a better sides. Alexander-Arnold, yeah, there's question marks about him defensively, but just look at what the kid produces. Just look at it. It's unbelievable. And I think for me, the midfield issue, it's all about Thiago's availability, because I think all Liverpool need is someone who's able to be in the right place at the right time, control the game. There was times where he was winning the ball high up the field. I think the big issue with Thiago is his availability. The guy never seems to be fit. Is one of them ones. And I think it's nice. All 4 of our forwards scoring as well. But there wasn't necessarily, for me, I didn't necessarily learn an awful lot about Liverpool. I think for me, it was just home felt like home for the first time this season, I would say. And I think for Arsenal, I actually think, I might be crazy, I actually think Arsenal didn't necessarily set up too bad, but I think with Arsenal, Arteta, he had a plan for 0-0, and he had a plan for if Arsenal went 1-0 up. But bizarrely, when Liverpool went 1-0 up, he just didn't know what to do, which is insane. But
I wonder what the halftime dressing room was like, because we went 1-0 down. We thought, damn it, we're a goal down, and nothing seemed to kind of change. If anything, we just went into our shell. And why do you always do this against us, by the way? I don't know if you lot do it against anybody else in the league or in Europe, but you lot go through this spell against Arsenal, 20 minutes of 100 mile an hour, and the game's done. The game's over.
Do you want to know what I think it is? I genuinely think a big part of it is you lot invite the pressure onto yourselves. Because now, again, I understand Arteta's game plan was to go short and then obviously beat our first press, and then you'll be in behind. And there was a couple of times actually, I think Aubameyang actually had a chance, and I think even Saka, I think Saka's decision making was better, and on one occasion he could have done better. But I think you guys, it's just a sitting target. And then I think after that, obviously Klopp and Arteta had that little scuffle on the sideline. Literally that trigger, as soon as Ramsdale passed it into White, all systems go. Tavares, his head was caught because he just didn't know where he was at times.
He learned what a game against Liverpool is like in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
And so did Sambi, by the way, as well. A lot of these players went through learning curves for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if I'm being honest, regarding Arsenal, I don't actually. If I'm an Arsenal fan, despite that game, I still think you lot are on for top 4, because I think with you lot, you just have to, unfortunately, just hold your hands up. Fair enough. I might be crazy. Fair enough. I think it's a case where you just have to look at it and say, yeah, the teams that are head and shoulders above us. But I think if you beat the teams you're better than, you're gonna have a decent chance. Actually, and again, call me crazy. Arteta needs better players, in my opinion.
No, look, can I just chime in here? There's a comment, Footy Agendas, that says, is Arteta the problem or is it personal? Similar to what Adrian just said, he needs better players. He says there's bare mid players in the squad that Arsenal, but they look compact on defence. I'm sorry, there are so many examples in the Premier League of managers who know how to organise players that aren't as good as the results they're getting, and or the way they're playing, or the style in which they're playing. there's nothing that shows you that with better players, Arteta's going to get better out of them. You need to show with what you currently got that you can improve them. Graham Potter is showing that he can do that. Sean Dyche has overachieved with that Burnley squad for how many years? I could go. Who else?
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. Let's not do that. No, he hasn't.
Bruh,
No, he hasn't.
bruh,
No, he hasn't. But
Oscar,
what I will say, Oscar, sorry, Adrian. What I will say though,
bruh.
I think Arteta, if he had players like Manchester City, right, he would be he would have a much better results in the league, for example. But I think,
would he be top of the league with that squad?
I think in terms of that Man City squad, I think he could potentially be top of the league. Obviously, Chelsea are bloody good, and so are Liverpool. But
why?
Because I genuinely think he goes in. His method, I don't agree with. Right, whether we agree with it or not, I don't agree with his method of football. But he has a style of football that I think just doesn't. It's going to take forever for us to learn it. And Arsenal will give him the time. Arsenal are going to give him that 3-4 years till we start to see the real bred DNA of these players. Whereas if he had that same style of football with Man City, he would be far more successful. So I do agree that we need better players. But I agree the reason why we should change the manager is because I don't like his method of how he goes about games. Does that make sense?
That's a
joke. And also, Oscar,
Arteta's not just joined. He's been here a couple of years now, and you're 19th in charts creation. 19th.
Yeah.
Oscar, with regards to your point about Brighton, we can wax lyrical and we can talk about XGFC, Graham Potter's revolutionised the way they play. Fact of the matter is, what did they finish last season? 16th.
Yeah, but he's an example of someone where you could say if he had better players, I can see that system being implemented and it working well.
But Oscar, the shot.
If he had someone better, I hear that.
I hear that. But Oscar, our shot conversion is 8%. 8% of our chances we've converted into goals. So on one hand, we're not creating many, but we've only got 8%. So which stat is actually more alarming in your opinion? Do you catch my drift? Like even if we have 3 shots a game on goal, 8% of those 3 shots are being converted. So it's I don't know. It's bizarre for me. It's a weird one.
Look. Lola said here, check Arsenal's attackers as a whole. How many of them are freely scoring? I mean, you had a top goal scorer under Arteta. He's regressed, and he's no longer a top goal scorer in this league anymore. So, how many more great players are we going to get?
No, but with Aubameyang, 2 points on Aubameyang. A, we're witnessing a natural decline. B,
I disagree.
Okay, fair enough. B, B on Saturday. What in my opinion, what we saw was he's physically not at the level anymore.
No. We could have had Haaland and Mbappe up there. We're not scoring. We weren't scoring up there. We could have had. I genuinely think the Mbappe thing. I'm telling you guys, there's a the wool over your eyes. Like we are being made to believe Aubameyang is this, and it's not the case. He is still a prolific, lethal goal scorer if we give him the chances.
Yeah, in a certain system, absolutely. But as a lone striker away at Anfield, where you need to hit it up there, you need it to stick, you need him to bring others into play. That's not his game, I'm afraid.
But that's based on what the manager is telling him to do. Like Lola's comment says put Greenwood or Mount or any top under 23 player into this Arsenal squad. On my life, they'll be looking mad. And I agree. I agree. I said it last week. How on earth is Patrick Vieira taking Conor Gallagher to the Etihad and getting a result? And Arsenal are telling me, is it the manager or is it the player? It's not the players. The
players are not elite, but let's be very clear. Arteta, the 11 that we played on Saturday are either bought by Arteta or renewed contracts by Arteta. Like we cannot disguise he hasn't had, because Oscar's saying he had time, he's been here since however long, which is fair enough. I totally agree with that. I don't agree with his method of football because number one, it doesn't work at this Arsenal side right now. But number two, it's just not my style. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like seeing Aubameyang not score 20 goals. I got used to seeing Aubameyang score 20 goals a season. Even in his half season, he got like at 15 or something like 11 or something like that, right? So I want to see fluid attacking football. Now, is it a case of, look, he's worked, does Arteta need, because he's a novice manager, does he need 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to finally make it tick? That's a debate for till kingdom come. Arsenal clearly believe it. Arsenal
time.
Yeah, Arsenal clearly have looked at a manager. They said, "Look, this is what we're going to do, and here's our 5-year plan." I genuinely think that's what they've done.
You give Ralph Ragnick 3 years. You give Sarri 3 years. You give Ten Hag 3 years. I don't understand why you're giving this time to somebody who's never proven they can do anything.
I don't know either.
It's the
I don't know either.
again. And I'm sorry, Adrian, you kind of scoffed at Graham Potter because he ain't won anything, and I agree. But just look at that Brighton side when they went to Anfield, and look at Arsenal side when they went to Anfield. And I told you last week this was going to happen. We could telegraph it. We knew Arsenal would go in there, and their plan was going to fold in front of their faces. We knew this. No one was shocked. So
I still think Arsenal will finish 5th this season. I still think Arsenal will finish 5th this season, and I think that is actually a good achievement for the fact of the manager that we actually have. If Arteta manages to finish 5th this season, he's done bloody good, because the way he goes about it, we don't agree with. But Oscar, we're looking at another Wenger long-term kind of contract here with Arteta. Arsenal are not sacking this guy under any circumstances.
Well, there you go.
Under any circumstances.
Good luck. Then Arsenal will be.
David, let David get in on this. He hasn't said anything on this game.
Sorry, yeah, David.
Good points.
I told you, bro. Coming is coming. All you man, this is annoying. It's the same thing as Man United. Get rid of this guy, bro. Honestly. So this is not it. I've been saying this from beginning early, bro. I've said it from early, bro. This guy's not it, bro. It's time to go, bro.
But David, here's where we are. We both don't want the man in charge. But guess what? He is here come hell or high water. Whatever those two terms mean, right? They're the thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're much more of the same then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's why I said get the straps. I did say get the seatbelts on. We're gonna have some highs, we're gonna have some lows, and that low, the lows will be every big team away from home.
Yeah,
that's and even at home probably. Do you know what I'm saying?
So here's my thing, yeah. Like we got top is Chelsea, we've lost to them. Liverpool popped us. Man City have popped us. Okay, let's West Ham are full finish, yeah.
Yeah,
that's 12 points, bro. Yeah, imagine, let's say West Ham beat us home and away. That's 24 points, bro, down the drain. 24, bro. Are we in Europa for the next how long? For Arteta's trusting the process, waiting for him to develop, waiting to get it right. Bro, it's long. Then let's say okay, Conte does a madness. That's another. Let's
another issue.
6. That's another 6. That's 30. Then Man United get thing. Zizou or Tengangan, whatever his name is. That's 36 down the drain, bro. Oh, where are we going with this thing, guys?
Yeah. Listen, bro. I'm with you. Like I said, I've been with you. But you know what I did? It was like either I'm gonna rant from 2020 until 2025, or I'm gonna strap myself in. Oscar, to Lola's comment earlier, it's like what Adrian said about Oli. As a whole at Man United, for the ability that he has, he's done actually pretty good at Manchester United. However, for Manchester United, it is nowhere near good enough. And we're in the same situation, as she said about Oli. I totally agree. We are in that predicament, unfortunately. The difference between us and Manchester United, why I would probably say we're more the dumb ones, is because we're not going to do anything about it. At least Man United at one stage or another pull the trigger. We're not pulling the trigger. And here's the thing, innit? Like, we can be upset and whatever else. Remember, David, I'm no different to you, to be fair, in terms of where we stand in terms of the manager, where we stand about Arsenal, the standards, and also, all of those things. I just said, look, I'm going to drink my poison now. I've seen what the poison is. Screw it. I'm just going to drink it anyway. Because I'm going to be here every week on the podcast. I don't want to be like Robin and Ernest, who were supporting Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid. Like, the least I did last year, remember, I was supporting Arsenal Women FC, who I still support. But I was, I did it for half a season where I was just like, look, I got to suck it up and take the punches. That to me is more so like not a real fan. I don't believe in fake fans. Everyone's a fan, but it's one of those fans who just sit there and says, you know what, this is what it is. Yes, Ernest.
supporting a women's team is supporting a team in a whole other league. So
Yeah.
technically, that's the same.
And I like I said, I reverted back. I did it for 6 months. I did it for 6 months. I did it for 6 months.
I want to chime in on Ernest's point very quickly.
I did it for 6 months.
You came with me to Italy. Let's not lie here.
Oh, listen, Robinho.
Worse than us.
Robinho. Man, them are not even watching Man United games. Like, come on, like let's scale it here. You know what I'm saying? I said, I was away.
I get paid to watch games. Come on, man.
Away, bro. Oscar, I watched us away at Benfica playing in Rome. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's because you wanted to go to Europe.
That's
Peter,
no. I said no. Behind closed doors, I'm talking about the TV. I watched on TV on the BT. You know what BT Sport channel I had to look for to find Arsenal Benfica playing in Rome? I was like on BT Sport 3.
Yeah, press the red button. That's what.
It was horrific.
He said it like BT have 20 channels. It's like 5, bro.
Bro, come on, but how am I? Listen, do you know, one of my tabs on my laptop is BT Sport 1. I don't go anywhere beyond that, right? So for me, looking for 2, 3, and then extra ESPN HD, my brother, what are we doing? But like I said, I was away for a year, had Suede for a year. That was 6 months with Arsenal women, and I said, look, now I'm here to suck it up. I've come back here to suck it up.
Peter,
talk to me, David.
What was Benjamin doing?
What, Blanco?
Bruv, the taxi he got
Blanco.
I don't even blame him because what Tavares was smoking, I need that pack. Wow.
You know, Oscar, bruv.
You don't need that pack. You'll wake up to Christmas.
Tavares probably showed more fight in our team than anyone else, to be fair.
Hey, Oscar, Tavares had a howler. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you know when you add extra sauce to the goal, bro?
Yeah.
Like, bro. And then he sits down, rams down, and just like, you know what?
Sent man to the shops. It was
Jota sent man to the bus. Honestly, it was ridiculous. Ben White just invented a water sports event there because it was raining. He just thought, yeah, I'm gonna jump on the boat here.
Was it Rashford that gave him one at Brighton as well? Sent him.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
was it?
Sent him back to Casa Amor.
Hey, Pete, if you want to see sauce, type in Brighton Man United. You're gonna see Rashford sent, man.
Listen,
Rashford.
Last point on Arsenal. My last point on Arsenal. Listen, I'm seeing a machine at Stamford Bridge at West London. There's a machine at City and Liverpool. Bro, I don't know what your aspirations for Arsenal are, Pete, but fine, we're not winning a league title. And I told you this, Oscar, you're my witness. I told you in the next 5 years, Chelsea will win either the Champions League or Premier League before us. They've done one already. They've done one already.
And I think they'll complete your prediction. My aspirations, David. You know, I want Arsenal to be winning for the big honours. Of course I do. I wish, you know, I walk into every league. I was delusionally even last week looking at the points and how far we're off this and how far we're off that. Because before you know it, it's December and it's like, bro, halfway in the season, Arsenal are 6-7 points off whatever else, right? Yeah. So the truth of the matter is, though, is that, David, here's the thing. You either like turn off and just say, do you know what, bun it, I'm not going to watch this. I'm not going to stand up. Like, you know, like a season ticket holder just says, I'm not going to any more games because what I'm watching is a load of dross. It's one of those where I'm like, do you know what? I know it's going to be a load of dross. I'm like a Newcastle fan before the money. Like, when we win games, I'll take the win. When we lose games, I'll be devastated. And that's exactly what I said about the roller coaster of this year. I don't expect Arsenal to win anything this year. In terms of, I expect them to do better than what they're doing because they got the wrong man in charge, right? But here's my manager now. And there's no Arteta routes. There's no protesting going on. There's no people not coming up. Look at the crowd now at Arsenal. You know, Newcastle on Saturday, it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. We're going to be full house singing and blah, blah.
You'll get the 3 points, sir. You'll get the 3 points.
I mean, it'll be 1-0. We'll do everything we can to draw it. But yeah.
Says, just support Burnley.
Come on, you clarets.
Yeah,
listen, man.
Everyone is watching. Hit that like button, please, please,
Please,
do.
man. Please. Thank you for your
Listen,
agendas.
I'm tired of getting packed to Anfield, bro. It's just long.
Oh,
I have a question for Adrian. Though.
I'm knackered.
You see this Liverpool team, like obviously doing wonders, smashing records, all that good stuff. I have a question for you. How do you see your team in 3 to 4 years' time? Do you think you're going to go through that another phase of another rebuild like Klopp did? Or do you think you're going to now attract the top players? Because the big issue with Liverpool is that they seem to still struggle to attract the top like dons, whereas like people go to Chelsea or City or Real Madrid. I just want to see your thoughts on that matter.
No, but that's never been Liverpool. Like even
Yeah,
you look at Van Dijk, you look at Salah, you look at Mane. Liverpool have never gone and fought for the big names. It's all about looking at who's a somewhat decent. He's a somewhat decent player who's got the right attributes, who's got the right elements. Let's bring them to the club and develop them. So obviously, I think it's one thing where we just got to look at it and say, raw. So, like loads of our players are sort of 29, 30, 31. We need to start looking at 19, 20-year-olds, i.e. Karim Adeyemi, whoever it may be. So I think the biggest thing, the biggest departure in Liverpool is ultimately going to be Jurgen Klopp. I think when he leaves, that's when you might start seeing the brown stuff hitting the fan, because I think he's the glue that's keeping a lot of Liverpool together. But in terms of personnel, like there's always kids coming through. So we're just gonna sign players who fit a spec. So I'm not too worried about that, to be fair.
I disagree with Boss Like Endo's comments. I trust Klopp to get a group of players keep going, and you lot still challenging at the top for sure. I don't see like the 3 to 4 years thing, because everyone's getting kind of twitchy about age and contracts and blah blah. I think Liverpool are in good hands, man. They turned a screw when they got Klopp in, and ever since then they've not looked back. So why should it end now? I don't think it will. I think Liverpool will still be as efficient as they've been running the last 3 to 4 years.
But apparently Klopp says he wants to leave in 2024. Is it?
You lot will give him a new deal. Don't worry about that. He'll sign a new contract.
I don't know. He seems like a lunatic. Like, he seems like the type of guy. Hey, like if he says he's switching off,
he done what he needed to do, and he likes to move on. If that makes sense.
I guess it will just depend on what is available. What's available for him to go to.
You'll go to buy him.
I can't see him doing that.
I don't think he would. I'd see him going to Arsenal before he goes to Bayern.
Yeah, he's an underdog. Like
legit.
I'd
legit see that.
Yeah.
I'd legit see that.
Definitely,
I agree.
We're in the middle of a rebuild. Jota, Tsimikas, 24 years old. Konate, 23. Harvey Elliott, 18. They get Jude Bellingham and Adeyemi, and we're cooking.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's young players, isn't it? So,
I'll be honest, man. I don't think this Liverpool thing was meant to last, man. I really don't. Like, I think what Robin's saying is a legitimate worry, but I don't see how Liverpool are going to go again. It's not impossible, but
I think they will.
I don't see it.
Fair enough.
And I think,
I was going to say, I think the obvious reason why you don't see it is because Liverpool don't have the financial might as a City, as a Chelsea, as a United. So ostensibly, it looks like it's going to come to an end because you're not spending money, isn't it?
And you remember how I've always been on this thing with you, Adrian, about Liverpool striking while the iron's hot. I remember one year when you sort of canned the FA Cup, and I was like, why is Klopp doing this? You should go for the FA Cup. And I think last season, obviously losing the league, for like this season, you're still in great contention to win the league. But it's hard for me because I've only ever seen Alex Ferguson like win it, rebuild it, win it again. Or maybe you could say Wenger did that as well. But even Chelsea have struggled to do that. So I feel like once this cycle of Klopp's team is done, I don't know where the next cycle is coming from of a team that can go and challenge in the Champions League and league again.
But would you not say that's indicative of football in general? Like if you get to a team and they're slap bang in their prime, of course, I'm not going to see how they're going to compete for it in 5 years because I haven't seen what their team looks like in 5 years. As Footy Agendas has mentioned,
No, but you see, Yeah, okay, but yeah, footy agendas is saying that you're in the middle of a rebuild.
Which I agree with, which I totally agree with. He makes a good point. And even and you're in the middle of a rebuild when you don't like it's half and half, isn't it? It's half rebuild whilst they've got their big players.
Yeah.
And like teams like Man City do this. Like do you remember when Guardiola first came and we were sort of asking ourselves, can he rebuild a new team? Can he redo this? Can he redo that? And it's a case of slowly but surely they've been adding player here, here, here. And then before you know it, it's like, oh snap, they're just like 3 or 4 players short of a brand new, you know what I'm saying? By the time say Salah goes and Mane goes and whatever else, they're only like a couple of players short. So I think they're biding their time pretty well, man. I think Liverpool have changed. Like the culture of Liverpool that we grew up watching, it's not them clowns anymore. It's now proper.
I disagree with that.
Okay, talk to me.
Listen, we're still clowning.
We're still, I think his name is Jurgen Norbert Klopp. And I think a big fear for Liverpool fans, myself included, is when Klopp does finally, and that's why I mentioned 2024, when he does finally leave, what Liverpool looking like then? Because let's face it, like in terms of the way we maneuver in the market at the moment, our board are farcical. They're absolutely jokers.
Do you think?
I'll just tell you this, if the Liverpool higher ups acted like if Liverpool backed Klopp the way Pep was backed at City, where would Liverpool be today?
They would have won the league last year if they backed them in January.
No, I think. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying.
But Oscar, I think Liverpool. Like I always say this about Liverpool and Arsenal, that they're in the same camp. They're not in the City Chelsea camp. They're in the Arsenal Tottenham Liverpool camp. In that, with what they do have, they execute themselves very, very well.
Okay, but like you're saying, you're in the same league as the teams in the other camp. So I just think,
look.
So why are we any better than them?
If you're asking why they're not getting backed, I just don't think the money is necessarily there.
I've heard different. I've heard that Jurgen Klopp wants a small squad and he does not want to go out and actively sign players that bring depth to their squad.
Okay, is he wrong in that too?
Yeah, when you look at City squad and you look at Chelsea squad. I
mean, look at his trophy cabinet at Liverpool. Look at the trophy cabinet at Liverpool. Yeah. He's been there how long? What, 4 or 5 years? 5 years. He's been to, I think, 2 Europa League finals. He's gone to I'm talking about his a credential. He's gone to 2 Champions League finals.
Answer Lola's question.
No, listen. Liverpool's bench, our bench was better than Liverpool's, and I thought that was actually hilarious, right?
No, I want you to tell me who was on Liverpool's bench on Saturday.
So Spotty faced 6 formers.
Listen, every time Liverpool have done good.
What's his name? Tyler Morton. Did you see the size of him?
There was a couple of dons in there that I was like, I've never heard of you lot.
Guys, we cover the sport. We cover the sport. Why don't we know who these Liverpool players are?
I agree. No, Oscar, great point. And Lola makes a good point too. And listen, I'll yield to Adrian because obviously he knows his ins and outs at Liverpool, right? I'm a fan who's looking in, and I'm saying, man, they get it together. You know, with what they have, bloody hell, they get it together. And every time they spent big or spent, high amounts of money, guess what? It's money that they've had to create themselves. It's never been like, here's your transfer budget of 100 million. Let's see what you can do. We need to sell X amount of players and X amount of money, which, by the way, their selling acumen is world class. Because some of the money they've got for some of the dross that they've let go at that football club, phenomenal. Okay,
Michael Edwards is leaving now.
But yeah, Michael Edwards is leaving, so they have to get that appointment very, very, spot on, right? But that's my point about Liverpool. With what I don't think Liverpool are more broke than we give them credit for, in my opinion. They're much more broke than what we think.
I mean,
you know what?
I'll flip it to you like this. No, I don't necessarily. I think it's where do we actually put the money? I believe we're second in terms of wages, sort of wages in the league. Yeah, apparently we spend more on wages than Man United.
Wow. Did not know that. And look, you built a new training ground. That's not cheap, okay?
Exactly.
And so, just little things like that. Like, okay, so maybe there's some money
and stand and all that stuff.
So, yeah, new stand. That's what I'm saying. They don't have the money like Man United, Chelsea, and City. No, they don't. And that's why. And that's the thing. Liverpool are being compared to those guys because of what they achieve. But let's keep it a buck. I mean, it's like, so. I say he's been here 6 years and has 2 major trophies. He could leave Liverpool with 2 trophies in 9 years. I mean, come on, like let's keep it a buck. Before he was there, what were Liverpool doing? What were they doing?
I mean, no one's criticizing Klopp here. We're just looking at.
Oh, okay, fine.
No, we're not. That was my question. My question was simple. It's like Liverpool have a great team, a great manager, hands down, one of the best things that we've seen in the game of football. I just wanted to know what's next.
I do think he will extend the contract, though. I don't believe he leaves in 24. That's too soon.
I hope not.
I think it's too soon. I think he will eventually leave, obviously.
I think also just in the back of my mind, and Adrian probably doesn't want to see this. He doesn't want to see how it ended at Dortmund, where it was an absolute car crash at the end of the year because he didn't build post Lewandowski, post all those plans that he had when he won the Bundesliga back to back.
That was slightly different.
I think, I disagree.
Yes, there are circumstances with everything, but I think that's something you would want to avoid as well. And I would,
Dortmund,
if I was, I would have done that.
Yeah, Dortmund A were getting absolutely like
pillaged.
Excuse the word. Yeah, every year, and it's then like as well. Riots. And exactly, and then he still won 2 league titles. And also, when you have the same voice in there after a while, how long was he at Dortmund for? He did a good stint there, didn't he? And I think maybe the voice gets too much even at Liverpool. Maybe the players might not be having the same oomph. We have to wait and see. But I think with Dortmund, it was such a different case because he was really up against it, worse than what he's up against now, and that's saying something. You know what I'm saying? And the Premier League is still fruitful. Do you know them way there? You don't get Europa League finals as your trophies. No, of course it's not. Of course not. It's trophies. I'm not saying that, but yeah.
Last one for your agenda says, Adrian, don't fall for the propaganda. The wage structure for Liverpool only includes staff and
executives
wages as well. The training was built with sponsorship money, loans, and interest from FSG. Full stop. Cheap. Yeah.
Liverpool will become the new Barcelona when Klopp bounces.
That's a legitimate comment. Like, it is very likely. Like
in what way though? In what way?
Couldn't dream of being Barcelona.
What does that mean?
Cool. I'll give you the scenario. Right? It's 2024. Yeah. Klopp decides to leave. Sadio Mane is 32. Salah's 32. Firmino's 33. Van Dijk is what? 30. But basically the players have gotten on. I'm assuming one or two of them may have left at that point.
Yeah.
Are the players you bring in to replace them, are they at the level? Only time will tell. Is Harvey Elliott going to be as good as what people say, or at 21 are you going to say, "Now hang on a minute, he's not quite it. We need another one." So,
the thing is,
bad decisions.
There is life after Klopp. That there's still good managers out there that Liverpool could actually go and get. Let's not go on like Klopp is the only one that's at the peak. They could leave and then Enrique comes in. Then what are we saying?
That's very true. That's very true.
I think the Klopp thing is very, very narrow sighted as well. Where it's like when he leaves, what's going to happen? It's like they might get a top boy manager. How about that?
Yeah. And I think we also have to trust the fact that he's good enough to leave some sort of infrastructure for the next man coming in.
But I think it shows how much we rate Klopp, because we kind of feel like at Chelsea and City, someone else who isn't as good as the current manager could come in and get success. But we feel like the person who comes after Klopp has to be elite.
Watch how it's like it's like Ten Hag, and you're like, oh, crap.
It's the other worry that City have because what Pep has done.
Definitely.
Like, what are they going to do post Pep? And he's another one that's not going to stay forever.
How about this one? What are they going to do? What are Chelsea going to do post Tuchel? You know what I mean? It's like, we could be here all day.
Yeah, but we've been here with Chelsea.
Nobody really cares because there's always going to be another manager in the conveyor belt somewhere.
Yeah.
Oscar Ender says, AD, do you have a degree in English or something? You articulate yourself very well.
Love, bro.
Masters. It's got a freaking masters in it.
PhD.
Time is running out. Shall we move on?
So what I was doing was what's Chelsea going to do after they got Tuchel? That just got sliced quickly. But nonetheless, it's okay. It's okay.
That went well over.
Why am I bringing up Tuchel? Yes, Leicester City 0, Chelsea 3. How many goals were disallowed in that game?
I think 3.
So it should have been 6 or 7, really. Okay, guys, bring.
This is why I don't want London.
No, this is why I want you to have Brendan. He must arrive at Old Trafford. He must arrive at Carrington. But anyway, Chelsea, phenomenal domination of that game. They were absolutely, they were brilliant. They were really, really good. Ruthless, good performance. Oscar Chelsea Football Club. Post international break. How are you feeling?
I am feeling the most confident as I have all season after that performance. I thought Chelsea were absolutely flawless. And Boss Like Endo is talking about Brendan. We're going to get onto Brendan, but I feel like every time Chelsea win, we talk about how bad the other team was rather than how good Chelsea were. I think we were outstanding.
Do you think so?
Yeah, we did it a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember. I think it was Norwich. We slapped Norwich 7-0. We spoke about how terrible Norwich are.
It's because it wasn't so great from Chelsea, was it? Chelsea weren't even that great in that game.
No, we were, man. Was outstanding
against Norwich. Come on, Oscar, even you know that.
What do you mean? We won 7-0.
No. Listen, we can't argue that at all. But as in, I think this Leicester performance is probably your best performance this season. Is that fair?
Yeah, but yeah. I think it's up there. It's definitely up there. SW6 says sensational performance. Couldn't believe it. Ikla says respect my team. Rudiger, Kante moving nuts. Ziyech looked great. Probably our best performance under Tuchel. Oh, under Tuchel is a strong one. Yeah, no, we were fantastic. And it was one of the first times I've looked at our team and I've gone, you know what? These men might be able to do it. They might be able to go and win the league because, bro, everybody seemed to understand their roles. Like the idea that Reece James is just phenomenal. Yeah, I know I put a tweet out about Reece James and the man them were getting onto me. I don't really get why. But
what did you put out? What was your tweet?
Yes, tell Peter.
I said, Reece James is a better midfielder than Scott McTominay.
Pause, Peter. Hours after the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah. Because it dawned on me, like I watched Reece James, he's playing as a right wing back. He takes the ball into midfield and he's making Sancho and Ndidi look silly. So I was just like, how on earth, I don't want to go back to United, but how on earth is Chelsea's right back better at midfield than the Man United centre mid? That's ludicrous.
I just found it hilarious that you're getting heat for it. I was like, he's not wrong.
Who was you getting heat from?
Like,
listen, David, you've got a game next week, and you've got to play somebody in midfield between Reece James and Scott McTominay. Who are you playing?
No, the statement is 100% factual.
Okay. What was the howler?
I think that's it. It's low hanging fruit. Is that what you're saying?
It's low hanging fruit. Yeah, it's low hanging fruit. Like, you don't need to tell me that. It's like you want to get your Chelsea agenda and somehow you will shoehorn it in.
I said, hey, Oscar, you're better than that. Come on, bro.
You know what?
But I was genuinely being serious. Like I wasn't even trying to just troll. Like I didn't troll on the internet. But
listen, Oscar this year, ladies and gentlemen, has become Chelsea swine of a level that we have not seen before. This behavior, believe me, guys, it's coming. Because what happened when we spoke about Aguero having to be forced to retire?
Yes.
What did Oscar do?
Give Oscar a yellow card, please, because that was low. That was very low.
Wait. Oscar, let me explain it to the masses. Because we let the podcasters choose and decide. And when I say podcasters, I mean everybody watching the stream right now. Oscar, when news has circulated the scene that Sergio Aguero should be forced to retire because of his situation regarding his heart, what was the picture you put in the group chat, my friend? You put a picture of the Champions League final, okay? Of I think remind me who Aguero is sort of tearing up to. Is it another like a?
Aguero's on his own. Aguero's on his own. And you said around him is like Kante hugging Jorginho, is Zuma picking up Christensen. Like
what did you say,
celebrating? But what did you say, Oscar? What was the caption to that picture when we were talking about Aguero leaving? That's the picture.
It's a shame it had to end like this.
It's a shame it had to end like this. You're a disgrace. You have joined the Chelsea alumni of disgraceful Chelsea fans. That's what you've joined. That's what you've joined.
That was so low.
He is so Matthew Harding right now. Yeah, you are the Matthew Harding right now of this podcast.
Can I interject quickly? Because my good friend Adrian, always highlights Oscar's amazing ability to make every conversation about Chelsea.
Mm.
It's a talent, because I don't understand.
I've been screaming this.
We could talk about we could
years.
talk about Evian water, and Oscar will talk about but the sky is blue. I'm like, what?
No, Ernie. Oli got sacked, and he's tweeted, "Raw, Reece James is better than McTominay in midfield." You know? Can you?
Do you know what?
I mean,
on a real,
Come on.
Chelsea Football Club this season, literally the nickname for Chelsea Football Club, and obviously not all fans, but the fans know who they are. Shameless FC is the title. It's the title for them this year. They are a shameless bunch of Matthew Harding, shed end, absolute scroats. Okay, Oscar, that was disrespectful, Oscar.
And Oscar,
McTominay and Reece.
As a fellow villain, I respect it. I do.
Do you know what it is? He didn't even say like J5. He didn't even say Kovacic. Nothing else. Man brought us a right wing back.
But Pete, is that not
Because he saw him.
is that not astonishing? Is that not astonishing? You guys are going on like this has ever happened in the history of
No,
football.
but Oscar, did you find that out on Sunday?
Huh?
Did you find that out on Sunday? Is my point.
Ask him again.
I was thinking about it on Sunday because obviously the game happened the day before. I was thinking about it, bro. Shout out to
I care about the Scott McTominay one. The Scott McTominay one, yeah, it's funny. The Aguero one, I was like, nah.
You know what?
My man had a
The Aguero
and
one
you-
was disgusting. Yeah, I'll hold my hands up. The Aguero one was
As long as you know. As long as you know.
because I do
But you
respect and
enjoyed it
like
while you
Aguero. Huh?
But you enjoyed it while you posted it.
Cool.
And the thing is, yeah, he didn't back out. He didn't back out the thing. When I said whoa, he was there like what? What's wrong? What's going on here? What's going on here, lads? Until everybody gave you the fire.
It was a
Everyone
shame.
gave you the more fire.
It was a shame, man. Aguero deserved the Champions League, but you know what I mean. Mason Mount.
It's you, blood. This is
But,
you, blood.
He said,
Agenda
but-
says, yeah, Oscar bad in garbage time, shameful behaviour. Scotty plays for Scotland. See one. He wants to ask Ernest. Ernest, just asking. Reece James in midfield or Scott McTominay?
Look at them.
Bro.
Look at them.
Bro,
Look at you
bro,
lot.
I'll be honest. It's not even a question.
It's not a debate, is it?
And that's not normal. And the thing is, it's not like I'm saying Chilwell. 'Cause I wouldn't take Chilwell over Scott McTominay in midfield. But Reece James, for me, it was meant as Reece James propaganda. But obviously, there was a bit of pigs in there as well. Scotty Agenda says Oscar is the
oh
prime.
my gosh.
Oh my
Bow.
god!
Good
What
grief.
Agendas is saying, this is how it starts. This is how your villain origin story starts.
Oh,
Hey.
dear.
I'm coming though. I'm coming. My Twitter account is going to be.
Good on John Barnes.
It's coming. I'm on the way. All right, let's get back to the football. Abdi says Chelsea look great, but something tells me we're going to get a result. We always do well against them. Ain't beating us in 4 years. True. Chelsea never beat Oli in the league. Fact.
Do you know what, Oscar? Do you know what? Abdi's just cursed it now. He's just cursed it. How many times has Abdi spoken and we come back the following week looking for him? Abdi, what have you done?
How many warrants have we had for Abdi?
Oh,
I mean, Abdi's Abdi in it, but you know, Chelsea are gonna Chelsea. So I don't actually know.
Chelsea are gonna Chelsea. You're a scum, Oscar. You are shameless, absolute scum. I swear down.
United in the league, bro. When was the last time we beat United in the league? I couldn't tell you when. The only thing
Has it actually been 4 years?
bro, you
What
tell
are
me.
you not doing? Not beating Chelsea, not beating Man United.
What manager is that? Sorry.
Lampard didn't beat United. Maybe sorry. I remember Conte.
I'm thinking of either Sorry or Conte.
I don't think Sarri beat you in
Yeah,
the
it's been a while.
No. Let's go. Let me Google.
Every time we've gone to Stamford Bridge, we've either won or drew.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I remember
but
why you had a really good game there one time.
What about at Old Trafford, for example?
We've won. Remember, we did the 4-0 and all that stuff. So
Danny
yeah,
James.
I remember the 4-0, yeah.
Why did you go straight to that? We drew 0-0 last year. You made me sick. But yeah, no, I can't lie. Chelsea looks amazing. And I think the fact that everybody's understanding their roles really, really well. We still haven't quite figured out the striking situation. I don't know who's playing in the front three at any given week.
Oscar, just to stop you there. Your last victory against Manchester United in the league was in November 2017.
There you go.
So who was in charge then? Is that Conte's second season?
season. Yeah, I think that was a Morata head.
Morata header.
Yeah.
Yo,
Abdi's just remembered it. Yeah, come on, that's a
Bloody hell.
Aspi was moving crazy that game.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
He was getting assists. It's funny. I don't want to see Aspi on the pitch anymore, but that's a different story. Chelsea. We've got a big game tomorrow against Juventus. Huge game.
What's the stipulation? If you win, then you top the group, or is it something else?
You have to win by more than one goal to top the group.
What is that? Are you not in dire straits?
No, because we're through. If we win, we're through.
So you are through.
But we have to beat Juventus because they beat us. So on a head-to-head thing, if we beat them by 2 goals, then
you've already qualified, yeah? You can't get caught.
No, we can't. If we lose all our games now, we can go out, but it's unlikely, isn't it?
Why are you not making hard work of this, blood?
We haven't. I mean, we won every game bar one. It's the loss to Juventus that shagged us. SW6 says Chelsea really struggled against Man United. Yes.
This Juve team's crap, though.
Oscar, what is your front three for Juve? I'm starting Ziyech, Pulisic, and Cho for Sunday to call off Shaw and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Well, funny that three that you've just given is my front three for Juve. I would go Ziyech, Pulisic, and Cho. And
no striker.
Well, Lukaku's not fit. He's just come back from injury. Werner's just come back from injury. He's fit now, but he hasn't played, so we can't really play him.
What about Tammy Abraham? Never mind. Carry on.
Huh?
Where have you been?
Oscar, how much did you get for him?
Tammy's out.
Come on, they can't say no to that for the first-year striker.
Tammy's out in Roma.
But Tammy's good.
This is how much we don't talk about Chelsea on this podcast. That Peter still thinks we have Tammy Abraham on the book.
I think he was making a point about you guys selling him.
Yeah, exactly. Oscar, I've watched Serie A. For goodness sake, I've watched Tammy hug Jose Mourinho. You don't think I'm aware?
Oh, C1
is asking Ernest's favorite question, man. He said, Havertz, we're gonna have to have a dialogue on him very soon.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say as my conclusion on this. Yeah, Kai Havertz is a very good technical football player. My worry is that you wasted your money because he doesn't play in his natural position in your best starting 11.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's his natural position?
He's a number 10.
Is he?
I'd say shadow striker.
A shadow striker is a number 10.
Yeah, they occupy the same space, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not the 9. He's behind the 9.
Yeah, but like a 10 is more like Ozil wasn't quite close to the striker, but Dele Alli was.
I heard about either way they occupy the same space in the field.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
because we're describing a Di Natale, a Wayne Rooney. We're not describing a Ozil or David Silva. He's still a 10. The problem is when Lukaku's fit, he will not start. So under the current circumstances, I've seen enough to know that he's a baller. But you wasted 72 million if he only starts when Lukaku's not playing. That's a waste.
And that's what it is, because he was starting in one of the wide 10 positions with Lukaku against Arsenal, against Liverpool, a lot of these games, and he was just stinking out. Like he wasn't doing anything in the final third. Yeah. It's a dilemma that Tuchel's got to choose from, because he's got so many attackers and none of them are basically saying play me. None of them are playing well enough to guarantee a place in the squad. So it's scary hours, man. It's scary hours. Iklas is saying that he wanted to play Pulisic and Ziyech for Juve and then play Havertz and Rom on Sunday. But can Havertz and Romelu Lukaku play together? I kind of wanted to see that as my best front three. But Havertz has really, really not shown us that in the absence of Lukaku, he is imposing himself enough on games to warrant a start in a big game.
Isn't that because Havertz at Leverkusen, for example, was in a more, it's more so the 4-2-3-1 kind of formation, whereas at Chelsea, you lot have kind of moved it about a little bit, where I don't think the formation suits Havertz's actual best sort of potential. I almost feel like it doesn't, the system doesn't fit him, or even like Pulisic from that point.
No, but the thing about Pulisic and Cho is that they can pretty much play anywhere along the front three. Some of our other players are really, really stifled by where you put them, and that's unfortunate because you're £70 million. Do you know what I mean?
What do you say with Havertz? Yeah, it's more of a commentary on the position in general, because very, very often, like number 10s is either you build the whole team around them, or they perish.
I don't think he's a traditional number 10. Like, I don't think he's a creative player. Like, in my head, number 10s are creative. I don't think he's a creative player. I think he's a goal scorer. I think that's what he's meant to do. He's meant to finish moves in the final third. And
how many goals a season would you want from him? Like, if he was to play in his preferred position?
If he was to start, I'd say 15 to 18 goals in the league alone.
In the league?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Why when you're playing for Chelsea and Tammy Abraham's scoring 15, but he's not good enough?
Because when he played for Leverkusen, for example, in 30 he got 12, and then
Go the year before,
and then the year before in 34 he got 17.
Yeah,
the year before that he got 3 in 30. He's not a thing though, isn't it? He's not a striker, so I don't expect that. Those numbers are high for a number 10 or for a non-centre forward.
If Lukaku's the main guy, then I don't expect those numbers from you. But if you're the main guy, then I do.
Well, okay, fine, yeah. If that's what we're saying, because I don't think obviously he's going to be the obviously he's not going to be the main guy, so it's weird to get those numbers.
I want to talk about another player. E-Class is begging me to talk about Mason Mount, another stinker, but I'm gonna keep quiet. He was one of the main things when Ernest was talking about the Euros Blues guys. I mean, Mason Mount had a shock in Euros, and since then he's not really done anything for Chelsea. He had that game against Norwich where he scored a hat-trick. Other than that, he's been borderline useless this season.
Oscar, question on Chelsea's formation and style of play. Has it changed from last season to now?
Yes, I don't think it's changed per se, but we are much more comfortable in that. I think the wing backs have come a little bit more inverted rather than being the widest players on the pitch. And since Ben Chilwell and Reece James have come into the side, that's when you've seen Chelsea really start winning games in fashion. And I think we are learning how to play this system a lot better. I do think, call me biased, but I think we've been helped by the fact that Cho is also in the side now. So that's just it was. We have a controller in the final third, but still, those two boys, Havertz and Mount, they ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I was just working out whether Mount's form is due to Tuchel rather than Mount. That's what I was trying to work out.
Well, I've said for the longest.
Sorry, Ernest, you're on mute if you were saying something. But I'm a big Mount fan. You know me, I'm a Mount guy.
I was saying that he was awful in the Euros. He was diabolical in the
Euros.
Oscar was saying. So this is not on Tuchel at all.
But I think but he was really good last season, and under Lampard the year before he was really good.
I think Mount is a spicy Jordan Henderson, man. Like,
whoa,
he runs
that's not fair.
A lot.
He reminds me of Aaron Ramsey. That's how much I rate him. I think he's as good as Aaron Ramsey.
No,
not Ramsey.
Yeah, I think he'll be. I think he'll be even better than Ramsey. Ramsey had a bit of flair and juice, but Mount at his age, what he was doing, I was like, look, I'm seeing another Ramsey here.
I think he's a similar type of talent, but I think he's a different player to Ramsey. And I think the one thing that's shackling Mason Mount more than anything is at England and at Chelsea, neither of those teams play a number 8. Mason Mount is a number 8. His best football at Chelsea has been playing at number 8. So when he's playing in the front 3, and I'm like, hold on, you don't get open play assists, you don't score goals, which seemed like a feature of your game when you first started playing. I don't really understand what the benefit of you is there other than to win the ball back. When we're a possession-based side, you winning the ball back is like, it's important, but how important is it? We have 70% of the ball anyway.
So who should he be in place of in your team then? Because obviously you got that midfield quite packed, isn't it?
In our team, I want attackers playing in attacking positions, and I want my midfielders to be Kante, Jorginho, or Ruben Loftus-Cheek, or Cover. Those are my 4. I don't need Mount there. So in the front 3, I've got Pulisic, I've got Havertz, I've got
we agree. We don't want him in the front 3. I think we all agree on that. We want him in the 8, like you said, because that's why I said Ramsey.
Somebody asked a question about Havertz. Does our system suit him? I'd say that for Mason Mount. The system doesn't suit Mount. Footy Agenda says Gallagher is a better box-to-box than Mount, better scorer, better off-the-ball movement, and has PMP for the press.
I mean, I think it's early.
Yeah,
Mount is good. Mount's very good.
Yeah, Mount's good, but I need more of that. Let me get more of that. Boss that Ender says Jorginho was glorious. Yes, he was. Kante and Thiago Silva, bro. Kante, I don't think Kante was that good, but because he scored that goal, everyone's just going
No,
crazy.
Oscar. Do you know what, Oscar?
Yeah.
I think Kante is probably one of the most underrated players of all time. Like he's up there in that section of players
Underrated.
that. In
I don't
terms
think-
of we all think of him as just like kind of like the water carrier, he sweeps up and blah blah. But there's so much more to his football. There's so like the brain is so like he's so intelligent, he's so efficient, he's so good. We don't big him up. We don't give him the accolades, if you will. We don't necessarily talk about him in the way in which I think we should. And I say we as in football fans.
I
Yes.
disagree. I think if you ask any football fan, Liverpool, United, whatever, they'll all happily admit Kante's a world-class midfielder. And that term world-class is not unanimous for a lot of players. So
Yeah.
I don't think he's underrated just based on that fact.
But you see my point. Everybody thinks he's world class, but we talk more about non-world class players than we do about the actual world class, a la Kante. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's players out there that we would.
And that also because of the role that he performs.
I would say this: he's in contention of one of the awards.
We wax lyrical about Fabinho, for example. Fabinho gets waxed, and rightly so.
Not to Kante level, I would say, does he?
I think Fabinho's higher than Kante level.
Nah, man. Nah.
I think there's more spice and juice on Fabinho than there is on Kante.
I think Kante is one of the most recognized players at Chelsea.
I'm not even saying Chelsea fans. I'm not arguing Chelsea fans at all. I'm saying
at Chelsea from the world.
Like he's not even on Yaya level for me in terms of praise and adoration.
I
feel like
he's not scoring goals.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Vieira didn't. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think Kante is bruv. Kante is praised by a man who don't watch football, man who do watch football, the purists, the stats man. People love Kante. Like,
I don't know. I don't get it. I get he's not a trophy player, but I don't see the adoration as we do see for players that do half his job.
The biggest reason why people like Kante is that he's a nice youth, bruv. You get me? Like,
nice guy.
Like I've got clients who've met him in person. Like one of my guys said he met him in Bayswater. My man was dripped head to toe in Slazenger from flipping Sports Direct. Was like, the guy was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Kante." He was like, "Shh, don't make too much." Kind of like he was on that. He doesn't want the fame and all that. So it adds to the allure of Kante. But people like Kante because he does his job, and his job is like more so the easier to assess. He wins the ball back high, low. He scores goals every 10,000 years, but when he does, they're
always the world.
Always the world.
He should be
Cup winner. He's a Champions League winner. He's a two-time Premier League winner.
Two-time
Player of the year.
2 different
seasons.
Bro, man really
like. But you look at the things you've listed. You know what I'm saying? He could arguably be in the conversation of the best midfielder of all time in the Premier League. Right?
Yeah.
He should be in that conversation. He should be in, but not even top 5. I think top 3. Like he should be sandwiching the Gerrards out of this, the Vieiras out of this, the Keanes and whatever Scholes. He should be. I'm talking about a fat argument for top 3, top 2, and not one. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those kind of thing.
Do you think he's not a DM? The joke is he's not a DM.
No, yeah, that's why I said central midfielder. Yeah, I literally said midfielder.
Also, Peter,
he's a proper box-to-box number 8.
Obviously, because he's slap bang in his prime now. So, like, some of the accolades you're talking about, they're going to come retrospectively when he's like 40 and he's retired. Because right now he's in the moment. So he's still building his legacy. So he could potentially win the league this season, another Champions League this season. So he's still
I'm not going to lie.
building that.
I think his house is built. His legacy is built.
Oh, yeah. He can retire tomorrow.
That Champions League was the icing on the cake. Because of all the players that you look and you say, his performances warrant this Champions League, is N'Golo Kante. 100%. He's an amazing football player. Like, he's not just African. Because I think for a lot of people, it's like, because he's African, he's supposed to be good, especially with winning the ball back.
PMP,
But Kante has a lot more. No, because it's true.
Yeah.
Like man was saying, like I always say, that Barkley's meant to be the next Rooney because he's Scouse and he's white. Kante takes away all the fluff that people use to stereotype players. He's a fantastic defensive. What's it called? In terms of his defensive attributes are A1. His passing accuracy is A1. His ability to get the ball in. Like, I look at Scott McTominay and I look at Kante and I'm like, this golf in class is like, bro, it's Mars to Earth.
It's crazy. Is that twice his height as well?
He's mad, bro.
I just you know, it's one of those. It's like I feel like he will be a forgotten player.
No,
when his time is up.
I don't think so.
I hope you're right. I think he just deserves more gas. He gets less gas than a lot of players out there.
The way he's been loved from Leicester, the way he's been loved in Chelsea, and the way he's loved in the French national team. Like, France adore this guy. His legacy will not be forgotten, especially what he did for the World Cup.
Kante's
Not that his legacy will be forgotten as such, but just in terms of, like, you know, when you think of midfielders and people think like Vieira or Xavi or whatever else, like, no. Kante, he should be number one, and then argue why he shouldn't be. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a case of, like, I just think there's not enough. I'm not saying that there isn't any praise, but I mean, what he's done in the game, man. What he's done in the game, it's just a joke.
You see with him, is because he's still. I think Adrian made the point that he's still playing. That I think that's what does it for me, because to a degree I see what you're saying, in a sense that, like, man are quicker to give Kevin De Bruyne his flowers before Kante.
Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely see that one. But I think it's because people like different things in it. Like, Kevin De Bruyne is a chance creator.
Final thirds.
Like, he just makes things happen. Like, the best Kevin De Bruyne for me, 2018 or 19, one of those years where like what the phrase cross and inshallah, he was doing it that year.
18
like,
was just a ridiculous.
Was it 18?
I think was it the 100 points?
And,
100
the
points.
ball in the final third went from behind the defender to in front of the last defender.
Yeah.
And Aguero tapped it in.
Airbender.
That guy's unreal.
I just said he's fake.
But the thing about Kante is we didn't realize what we were seeing until Leicester won the league, because it was like, okay, it's not Drinkwater. There's a reason that they.
Henry, do you remember Thierry Henry mentioned him early in the season? Yeah. And they were talking about, everyone's talking about Vardy, everyone's talking about this, and he goes, I want to bring up N'Golo Kante. He said it like around October time, the year they won the league. And it was like, what's he looked at here? Like the way he's spoken about Bernardo Silva. I think he spoke about Bernardo Silva against Chelsea in the Man City game against Chelsea. He plucked him out and he said, this guy was the man of the match. And I always felt like I've experienced it where Gilberto Silva gets no recognition for what he did for Arsenal.
My favorite Arsenal midfield, outside of Cesc, my favorite Arsenal midfield.
He was a street sweeper. His nickname in Brazil was the Invisible Wall. And that sums it kind of up, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But when you think of players of that ilk, like you said, De Bruyne gets more of the noise because obviously he's on the shinier side of the pitch, isn't it? It's where all the glitz and glamour is. And I hear that. But we all recognize Keane straight away. We recognize Vieira straight away. Vieira didn't score necessarily all the goals, but we recognize them kind of players off the bat, like just off the top of the dome. And yet,
I think when it's all said and done, you won't be feeling the same way, because I think Kante will be recognised as one of the greatest Premier League midfielders. I think you will.
I hope it's just not in the same way.
And also, you have to remember that Vieira and Keane's legacy is built on other things outside of football. Like there's quote unquote masculine leadership persona is what builds a lot of people's love for them.
Yeah.
But with Kante, it's a lot of the things a lot of his personality traits will be recognized by this generation. Our generation still says Vieira. But in the next 10 years, we won't be the ones talking about doing football analysis. It will be a whole generation who will be like, I watched Leicester when Leonardo Ujor was there, when flipping Ranieri was there.
They're the ones
that are going to carry it on.
Yeah, they actually won the league.
Watch them win the league.
Wow.
They actually won the league. Unbelievable. Big up to Claudio Ranieri and the Leicester City gang. Oscar, shall we keep it moving?
Let's please keep it moving fast.
Okay, let's move it very quickly. It's just basically the games of the weekend that had taken place. Man City 3-0 winners against Everton. Standard procedure. Should we be getting concerned about Everton already?
No, no, because Ranieri's squad is really
Ranieri, mad thing.
What's my man's name?
He's your former manager. You should show some respect. He's got a trophy at your cabinet.
European trophy to be.
I like at that. Yeah.
Benitez.
Yeah. What are you saying? Benitez what?
By the way, that was a very good goal from goal from Rodgers. Fantastic.
The assist from Cancelo. And by the way, Raheem Sterling is 2 goals away from 100 Premier League goals.
At 26.
At 26 years of age.
Yeah, at 26.
Phenomenal.
He's got more goals than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
He has more goals than Eden Hazard. In the Premier League.
Approaching Didier Drogba.
More goals than Fernando Torres. And I think Louis Saha was the other one in there. Premier League goals. So that's saying
Saha
something.
got 98 Premier League goals.
Moving on.
No, I'd say he's got more goals than I think Saha's got like 96, 97.
Right,
That's impressive, you know.
But what's it? Sterling's on 98 now.
Right. I've got you.
Tottenham Hotspur off to winning ways, I guess, under Antonio Conte. Made hard work of it. It was very jaded. It was jiggy. You know what I'm saying? That first half, I thought, whoa, Leeds, what's going on? You know? And Conte, obviously, you know, the way he celebrates a victory is hilarious, or a goal. It's like they've lifted the title, isn't it? I don't know, Oscar. Was he the same? Like every little victory, I say little, but every victory.
That's why we loved him, man. I remember we beat West Ham at home, man. Dived in the crowd, like he went crazy.
Last kick of the game. It was your first game of the season.
Yeah, man.
Remember the Stoke one as well.
Just on that game, Abdi says, large up
hung off the thing.
He's swinging off the monkey bars.
Abdi says, large up my shooter, Dan James. Robin, you took a cheap shot at Dan James last week, a very, very cheap shot. And he came back this week and scored a goal, man. Big him up.
Told you what time it was, boy.
He told me what time it was.
I mean, you took a shot at him for no reason.
He caught strays for no reason. He caught a stray.
What did Robin actually say?
He said, man, then we're talking about Bielsa's going to make Dan James a world beater. What's he doing?
Are we really doing this?
That's what you said.
It's Tottenham. It's Tottenham, guys.
He scored more goals this season, but you're not putting him on any watches, so you know what I mean?
Hey!
I don't need to put Dan James on a watch. We're not doing this. Not today.
No.
We're not putting Dan James on a watch.
No, Dan James not going on the watch. I'm saying he's got more goals than big money signings this season.
We should talk about Harry Kane.
Who's the mouth breather?
No, he's talking about the people that I'd put on a watch this season.
No. Who's Lola talking about? Is that Harry Kane?
Who Lola's talking about? Lola's hatred for Harry Kane is a...
No, Oscar, did you see his miss though? Did you see his miss?
Which one?
When he hit the post, he was clear through on goal. Literally, your house, if you put it on, that's it.
Some shit is with you. Dan James is trash, guys. Let's not do this.
Dan James is trash. But that doesn't mean you have to point it out week after that. He's nothing last week.
Yeah, the thing is, it's the fact
Dan James is trash.
All right, let's put
a stray bullet. He caught a stray bullet, bruv. He caught a stray
Remember when I said I know Leeds fans because of Wales, and I said that they're going to tell him it's a world beater, and I said this is Dan James people. That is all I said.
Yorkshire, man.
You know, this week you can't talk bad on him. He got a goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done.
Guess who else we can big up? Steve Gerrard. He got a 2-0 victory at home against Brighton and Hove Albion. And 2 good goals, by the way. Well, Tyrone Mings was not lucky. That's not fair. But Ollie Watkins' goals was lovely. He's still
talking the crud. He's still talking the crud. I'm liking it. Gerrard, he said, remember when I said that I have come here to win? I was not joking, guys. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes.
When they started talking to him about Liverpool, the Liverpool job, he was like, listen, mate, I wish I could do his accent properly because I was pissing myself laughing.
Stevie G needs to relax, just win some games, get under
He's
the radar.
he's come on the front foot, boy. That
He's under the
pedal.
radar. 'Cause I
Pedal to the metal.
remember when Ollie was out here talking about some of these players ain't going to be successful here, but I will. And all this, didn't really work out too well.
I thought Oli was a gangster. Something tells me Gerrard and Klopp get onto it on a touchline, you know.
Oh, he's going there soon, isn't he? He's going there soon. They need to book that for
11th
WrestleMania
of
for
December,
sure.
I think.
Oh, spicy.
Everyone's got a plan so they get boxed in the mouth. Gerrard's
Oh,
going to be the type of guy that throws his players under the bus. I know it. They're going to get slapped 3-0 and he's just come out and be like, that defending, you can't
you can't defend that.
No, but when it counts, i.e. Glenn Kamara, man stands up to the fore. Man steps up to the plate.
Yeah, in fact, he's got good form. He's got good form. Actually, wait there. Did he wear a Suarez t-shirt?
He learned.
Oh, okay, fine.
Hey, he was a manager then as well.
No, he learned. He has learned. The fact that he's back.
Got it massively wrong.
The fact that he backed Glenn Kamara, we got to give former Arsenal as well. Got to love that. Got to love that.
Wait. What's his deal? He's from Finland, but he's from Ends. How does that work?
Is he Finnish? Yeah. Oh, I can't remember what the deal is because we've got a few players like that. There's one that was from Norway who was also black at Arsenal.
Let me go do
Johan Juru. You know what I'm saying? Johan Juru was like, yo, boom, Swiss.
I random off topic. I find how we end up from our different countries in Africa to the randomest places around the world.
For real.
How are you Finnish? And you end up in London.
Someone along the line of your family was experimental and said, "Let me go be an adventurer." I rate it. It's not everyday England. It's not everyday England and America, man. Sometimes branch out.
I like branch. Burnley, who are branching out with some black players, by the way. Mr. Corne. Burnley 3, Crystal Palace 3. Juicy game, spice.
Corne is signing of the season. and Conor Gallagher's the second signing of the season.
By the way, can we talk here?
Yes.
Can we talk?
Boy. Yeah.
Is he a Sierra Leone? Yeah.
I just wanted his Wikipedia. He came to Arsenal in 2012.
But does he rep Finland or one of you, man?
I think he plays for Finland. I don't know.
What's it called?
He reps Finland.
Can we give a moment for Patrick Vieira? Because Christian Benteke's form, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be discussed. Because every time he scored the goal and he does the celebration, bro, I'm dying. Instantly he does it.
The thing is, this is what happens every time, yeah? I'm watching Match of the Day because I don't really get a chance to see Palace games, yeah? They'll show Benteke miss a sitter, an absolute sitter. The next clip is him scoring and he's doing that stupid celebration like he can do all the time.
Does LeBron still do that, by the way? LeBron don't even do that no more.
Yeah, I don't think LeBron does it anymore. By the way, we should get. By the way, LeBron, we should get onto a bit later on.
David, I hope you're going to the NBA when it comes to
Coward. That was cowardice.
We have a list of people.
Okay, let's move on so we can get to that list.
So we can get to that list.
I just want to say Lola is spot on. Every corner goal has been a banger.
It has been.
At this rate, he's not just signing of the season. He deserves a Nobel Peace Prize because the race relation work he's doing in the northwest of England is unbelievable. Bro,
I am dead.
Because he said, "Bro, I'm black and Burnley. I have to be exceptional. I can't be like Chris Eagles or like Jarvis."
Guys, have you driven to Burnley or driven through Burnley?
Burnley.
Oh my god!
Robin, I have to question you. What are you doing in Burnley?
Or am I doing in Burnley?
You said you can't be Chris Eagles or Matt Jarvis.
I don't think Jarvis even played for them.
No,
but you know,
my job takes me to where they want
he was a journeyman.
So I've driven to Burnley, but
Jarvis was a journeyman. Burnley is a toilet, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's an absolute hole. It's an absolute hole. Oh my god! A big up to every Preston fan. I'm Preston all the way, man. Oh my days. Another 3-3 draw. Newcastle at home to Brentford.
So remember, Peter, when I said with the Millions, I said Newcastle can go down still. People said I was mad. I said, nah, they can definitely go down. And they're still acting like.
Do you know what? Yeah,
Bro.
I'm this game. Like, I don't really care about it. But what annoyed me is how are Newcastle scoring 3 goals and Callum Wilson gets me 1 fantasy point.
What?
I said
mean?
Newcastle at least got an assist.
Surely.
Newcastle scored 3. Joe Linton is bagging goals.
What's your now? 4 for his whole time in
Did
England.
you see his miss? Speaking of match of the day, did you see his miss?
Yeah.
There's one when Wilson squares it, or is it Maximum? One of them squares it to him, and he doesn't want to shoot with his left foot, or he doesn't want to shoot with his favoured foot, and he's having an absolute mare.
No. Lola said, "I love ASM, bro. ASM was moving like Shawn Michaels." Yeah, man did no, guys. Man scored an equalizer against Brentford at home. Why is he doing 10 backflips? Man is rotating in the air.
You know what? That is. Can I tell you something? Do you know how
He's done
impressive
his
those backflips are? Especially like when you watch gymnastics in the Olympics, yeah? Because I always wonder, how do they know where to land? Because the world is spinning. The world is spinning, and they sometimes land right on the corner. That is beautiful stuff. Newcastle are getting relegated, bro. Imagine Newcastle going down. They are dire though. They're defending Oscar Carl Darlow. Did you see his goalkeeping?
PR? Abdi's with you. He says Darlow's had an absolute howler.
And I don't like Ivan Toney. I don't like him. I should like him, but I don't like him either. Scum. Went over to the Newcastle and giving it stacks. Former Newcastle player.
Did they release him in it, or they let him go?
Think he's good enough to be that cocky.
Thank you.
He's that good.
That's exactly what it is.
Maybe he's proven me wrong. Maybe he'll bag more goals this season. Peter. Boss like Endo says more goals than Arsenal. Arteta out.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
How can Chelsea fans be Arteta out?
You have the nerve to ask me, is it the players? Get this manager out, man.
Hey, you man. Burnley, Watford, they've got more goals than us.
Watford ain't a shot.
Burnley though, fam. Burnley got more goals than us, bro. Brentford. What
were you gonna say, Adrian? What were you gonna say?
Brentford.
You're gonna try to explain why Watford have more goals than Arsenal. That's
no. As a Watford have been putting it away, innit? They've got 4 against Everton, 4 against United.
Yeah, that's true. Even this season's Everton have got more goals than us. Man, hella teams got more goals than us this season.
They've got Solomon Rondon. Don't tell me this is about players. Do not. Oh my goodness! Arsenal.
I said Newcastle, who are 20th in the league, haven't won a game this season, have more goals than us.
I'm asking me, is it the players?
They haven't won a game, Newcastle.
Atros Townsend. Oscar, the players.
How can a team not have a win and they've got more goals than us? That is banter. Oh my days. They're 20th in the league.
Flipping heck, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Norwich, Arsenal, and Spurs have scored the least second half goals. One of those teams filled Sargent. Don't tell me this is about players, yeah? This is Arteta's fault.
Didn't the Spurs score 2 second half goals yesterday? So that tells you where they've been.
Holy smokes. Oh, I'm sick of it. Of this game.
That
annoyed me, man.
Yeah, okay. Norwich City 2, Southampton 1. I mean, God, Southampton, man. Who are you? Let's be having you.
I put it in the group chat straight away. I said, PR, your Ralph Hasenhuttl agenda.
Listen, man.
Has to run.
All it is he. Like I said to you, Oscar, he gets away with murder. You want to talk about managerial threats, managerial under pressure managers? He's never had pressure. He's never had pressure at Southampton, and it astonishes me. He's lost 9-0 twice in the Premier League, and he's losing at home. He's losing away to friggin' Norwich. Honestly. Dean Smith. I mean, when Dean Smith came to the game, I thought, come on now, they've just accepted to go down. Kind of thing.
Dean Smith, man. I feel like he was hard and he's come in there. He's obviously said, you know what, Billy Gilmore, let me put you back in. Quick man of the match.
In you go, mate. In you go nicely. And finally, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, West Ham 0. What an impressive result that is. I told you, man, about Wolves. The Bruno Lage gate. Come on. They be marching on. They got Bruno Lage. And, bro, by the way, Neto's not even back yet. right? When Neto comes back, watch blood. Wolves are going to be
I had that
moving.
thought the other day because
They're
they've
going
got
to be
Trincao,
moving. Yeah.
Jimenez,
I
Juan,
didn't even
Adama.
Pedence.
Pedence really
Pedence.
balling this year.
Say again?
I haven't seen Pedence really that much this year. I swear he
Yeah,
played.
he's not been too great. Yeah, you're right. He's not been too great. But watch when Neto gets back in the camp.
She's small, man.
Oh, mate, when Neto gets back in the camp, guys, watch and learn. That is the roundup for this week, guys. Oscar, who was the goal of the week?
I'm gonna go Cornet, man. His finish was dirty. T.
Oh,
That's muy. Yeah, Cornets was so good, man.
It's funny because all of Chelsea's goals that got disallowed were so good, but the
Was
ones
so good, yeah.
Hey, listen, Pickford got buried, man.
yeah.
Pickford.
Sterling, yeah. Oh, Rodri. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
Rodri.
yeah. That Rodri, that swipe.
I'll say Rodri's goal.
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
look, Cancelo's assist though, bruv, for friggin' Sterling's
Yeah,
goal.
for me, it's
What?
Cancelo, man. I mean, for me,
Cancelo's
Sterling.
assist. I mean, it's just
Outside of the
it was
boot.
wrong.
How
Yeah.
dare you? What's he even doing there in open play?
Yeah. What was he doing there in open play? That's a very good question, Adrian. It's a very good question. What was he doing?
It says honorable mentions. Cornet we mentioned.
Kante was good.
Ollie Watkins' goal was gold as well.
Watkins' goal was good.
And I
Do you
really
know-
believe he would score it because I don't know. I just didn't trust him, but he banged it.
Do you know what goal made me think? If you started this 3 years ago, we might not have been in this mess. Donny van der Beek's goal at Watford. I saw
Yeah.
passing movement. I saw people breaking lines. Everybody got a touch of the ball.
Yeah.
Sancho into
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Oh,
That was a very
honestly,
well-worked team
that's
goal.
that Sancho cross and the Ronaldo back. Oh, honestly. Oh,
Do you think Ronaldo was trying to score? Or do you think
no. I thought that as well. But nah.
I said, in what world does Ronaldo pass here? He did it.
No,
And
no, Oscar, it was pure accuracy, that header. It was pinch. It was a peach. It was a lovely, lovely header back to Van der Beek.
With Dilly and Italian, who is goal of the week, lads?
I'm going to go Cornet because it was outrageous. Who scores goals like that?
I
Outrageous.
said Rodri.
Come on, let's get a vote in.
If I'm being honest, it's Rodri. Anyone else?
No,
AD,
I'm going
Ernest?
Sterling. I'm going Sterling.
I don't know where Ernest is, so.
I'm sorry, guys. The flipping Rodri.
David, who did you say? Sorry.
I said Rodri, bro.
Oh, okay. Rodri is then that gets the goal of the week. Who's the team of the week?
I just clocked.
Oh, wait. Player of the week. Is it player of the week? Yeah, player of the week. Who's the player of the week?
Player of the week.
Donny van der Beek. Because he's
I
a
said
lot.
Donny van der Beek. You're a shameless guy, you know.
I appreciate the sentiment. His team was slapped 4-1. Like, we're not having that.
Dennis, bro.
Yeah, his team was 4-1.
Two of those came when he was on.
Honestly, I gave him a mention earlier. I want to put up Christian Benteke personally. I think he's been like his form has been good, and he got 2 goals as well. He scored twice. You know what I'm saying? He missed the sitter, but his form is good under Vieira, man. He's doing all right this season.
Who was? I'm trying to think.
For the
Who
weekend.
stood out?
Man are saying Trent. Man are saying Cancelo. Adrian, who of the Liverpool boys would you say is the best player?
You know what? I thought Fabinho was excellent, but it's a DM.
Fabinho was good. Made some important tackles for sure. He was good. No, he was definitely good. Salah got man of the match in that game, didn't he?
Oh, my man. I know.
Bizarre.
I know who the. It's Emmanuel Dennis. That's my player of the week. He was cold, man.
I said Dennis.
For the
bro.
celebration alone.
Yeah, he gave United business. I can't lie. That's
Man took off his shirt and then took off the
What's
freaking.
that? Is
Whatever
that Fitbit?
Is it-
Is that what clocks out how many KM a player does?
I like it. Them ones. Oh,
yeah,
my
man. Even
God.
Lola says, "Oh, Dennis." Yeah, that's my player of the week. What
Does
about you?
Dennis play for Nigeria, by the way?
Man? I don't know.
No idea. No idea. And you know, by the way, in terms of kilometers, now that you mentioned that, did you know Tottenham ran the least before Conte came in, right? Run the least in the league. Yeah,
That's
kilometers,
not
right,
surprised.
per game. You know what they did after the Everton game when they played away? They ran the most in the league. The most running. And he mentioned the word suffer. Oscar, I was dying. I watched an interview of him. He said, yeah, we have to suffer. I was dying laughing.
And then Bonnie is going to cough up blood this season.
Hey, Hey, how can Lola say when the Man U Dennis scored, he offed his bra and cupped his ears? Left at that.
Wasn't he off the bra? I see like this is. I see this.
Sports bra.
Whoever the data analyst is at Watford must have been screwing, thinking, there goes my data. It's all messed up. It's all in the air. Yeah, Dennis, fair enough. Dennis, man. Yeah, Dennis for sure.
And class are trying to get Rudiger shouts in there.
What a good header he had as well, though. By the way, it was a bloody good goal.
Team of the week.
But yeah, so Dennis gets player of the week. Yeah, is that what we're doing? Is it Dennis?
That's my vote.
Cool, Dennis. It is. Team of the week. Who is the team of the week? I'll give an honourable mention. Can I give an honourable mention? Oh, of course, Watford, isn't it?
Yes.
It's got to be Watford. Oh, yeah, the honourable mention I want to say is Wolves, only because remember this West Ham team, how good they've been this season, and everyone's talked well about West Ham. And I think Wolves have been slowly, like, they're low key winning games. They're low key getting results. And I think that they deserve an honourable mention. Of course, it's going to be. By the way, Wolves are 6th in the league right now.
Yeah, no, but Pete.
Okay,
Wolves have been cooking, man. Like even in the beginning of the season when they were losing.
What did I say? Even when they were losing. Oh, I've been on the Bruno Lage tequila all season. You guys know this. I'm on the Bruno Lage tequila. Trust me. But yeah, they've done bloody well. 4 points off top 4 at the minute. But yeah, Watford, without a shadow of a doubt, they absolutely battered Manchester United. Let's be very clear. They humiliated them. Yeah. being dead or not, Watford outplayed United and should have scored more. So have they got 2 teams of the week this season? I'm guessing they got the Everton away victory as well, didn't they?
Might have done, yeah. Might have done.
So imagine that. Imagine Watford getting 2 this season. That's amazing. Amazing. Watch them lose. Watch them get piped next week.
Did Norwich get one last week or the week before when they won a game?
Nah, because they only beat Brentford away, and I'm sure there was something more impressive, i.e. Manchester City beating Man United, probably. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, that was. I don't remember.
Away by Chelsea. I thought we'd fumble. Yeah, Chelsea were impressive, by the way. Honourable mention as well. Definitely. Yeah, honourable mention.
Looking good.
All right, here we go.
Done though. Who? Oscar, David, Adrian, Robin, back to David. Who is not that guy this week? Because we could be here for a long time.
Well, it's getting late, so I'll just run through these man quick. Yeah. Number 1 goes to Bobby Madden. Yeah.
Oh, Bobby Madden.
What's that? NFL?
No. Hold on, I'll explain. So over in Scotland, it's Aberdeen against Dundee. Funzo Ojo has cleared the corner or something. He got shoved into the crowd. Yeah,
disgusting.
Onto the thing. There's a gap in between, so he's gone over the advertising thing. Yeah, a fan has decided to push him. Now he's gone up to square up, and Bobby Madden has decided to give him a second yellow card and send off, Brad. When clearly you have seen he's not touched the fan, he's been. So Bobby Madden, you're not that guy, bro. Sort it out, kind of.
What a mess.
So that's over in Scotland, yeah. Next, who's at the highlight? Oh,
France.
You have to go to France. Wait.
I'll make that.
David.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were going to try and not go across the channel.
You
better serve that English channel. That's what I'm saying. you better get down there.
Hold on. Even let me open up the Twitter, bro, because I had this saved, bro. Yeah. Now the second one. We're going over to the females, in it, yeah. So this is actually an absolute howler as well, bro. Yeah, the audacity, yeah, of this sibling to tweet such things. Yeah. So basically, I don't know if this was after the game or during the game, but
after the game.
They've decided to put a picture of the tweet is Roy Keane for his country versus a certain someone for his country. So we have Roy Keane walking his dog. Yeah, and man has a man of the match trophy against. Was it San Marino? Yeah,
no, it was from the Euros. It was the man of the match from the Euros.
From the
Albania.
Euros. Right.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I've seen that picture as well. Yes, I do exactly.
So the sister of the Man United captain taking shots arguably Manchester United best ever captain after shipping 7 to the Scousers and City in 2 weeks. Yeah, Daisy Maguire, you're not that girl, bro. Sort it out, bro.
I can't lie, I disagree with this one.
No, there's more from her, by the way. There's more from her, Oscar. There's more from her. There's more from her. Because after the Watford game, okay, Mr. Maguire, right?
Yeah.
It's his dad's birthday. Happy days, right? Celebrate with your dad, no problem. They've gone to some restaurant, okay? Now, the sister is back on the socials taking a picture. So she's got a picture of like Maguire taking a picture with, I think, like fans that had met him there or whatever. And then posted it on thing night after.
She's a tool.
Do you know what? Yeah, he did nothing wrong both times.
Oscar. You got to learn. You got to learn what field you're in.
Did nothing wrong, man. Did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
First one, yeah. Did she lie? No. Roy Keane was out in flipping. He was in Ireland while the Irish squad was in Japan.
But do you remember why Keane left? What's the reason why Keane left?
What, didn't he ever fall out with Mick McCarthy?
No.
See, he doesn't even know. Look at him. He doesn't even know. Just
he said. Actually, Peter, you go for it. Captain of Manchester United.
You go for it, my friend. You go for it. Go for it. It's lovely.
Right, World Cup, right? 2002, first ever one in Asia. He's like, right, he's a Manchester United captain. He's used to a certain standard, certain level of training facilities, right? Cool. He came to Asia now. The sorry state those facilities were in. He said, "You expect us to prepare for a World Cup here? No chance." And he left.
Did you see the facilities, Adrian? Did you see what they had to do, Oscar? It was like you're playing in Stonebridge Park. Are you playing for?
Are you kidding me?
Can I tell you what? Okay, fair enough. I haven't seen the facilities, so I don't know the extent of this. But Matt Holland took that island side to the quarterfinals of the bloody World Cup.
I big up Matt Holland. But let's be very clear, Oscar.
What Roy Keane has to say. I don't care.
Hang on.
Okay, can I move on?
Wait, what?
Let me move on. I still
Guys,
got more.
we need to move on. There's bare dons.
I got bare dons, yeah.
Leave Daisy out of this, man. She's all right. She's good on this.
Daisy Maguire, you're not that guy.
Hold that L.
Number 2. Let me go. I'm going across the channel, fam. Let me go, fam. I'm taking the Euros, fam. I'm not gonna touch.
Wait. You're leaving the country. Have you left the country?
I've left the country, bro.
Yeah, okay, we might come back. Okay.
We might come back, bro.
Okay.
There's a return ticket. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what. I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going on in Ligue 1. But fam, the violence I'm seeing, bro. Yeah. Hey, guys, cut it out, fans. Cut it out, bro. Like, yo, Ligue 1, the fans over there, you're not that guy, bro. Sort it out, guys. You can't be hitting man there with bottles on that. Fans coming off the pitch. Hey, now, the second part of this story, we're still in France. The media need to hold this L, bruv, yeah. I don't know what the newspapers in Sky Sports or thing for trying to get onto the sister. Getting onto the black sister about attacking her teammate and that. You're not that guy. Sky Sports News, all of them guys. ESPN. Yeah. Me, even myself, I was about to give her the thing as well. I'm including myself. I had not that guy ready prepared. But obviously, man was too fast in it. Apologies, I forgot the sister's name. But let's get on to who is actually not that guy. This gentleman, yeah. 11th of September 1979, guys. And he's had a howler, bro.
Nah.
Absolute howler. He could play left back or centre back, yeah. He was born in France, lads. This guy is an absolute legend. Obviously, because of timing, I don't want to extend this thing, yeah. But he cheated on his missus, bro, yeah.
Oh, howler.
During with the teammate that got banged, that got assaulted in this team.
Oh.
It's all messy. When they were trying to blame the black girl, bruv, it was not her, blood. He sat in there, so the wife's getting interviewed. This gentleman, hey, it's a howler. He's played for Lyon, Monaco, Lille, Lyon. Won countless trophies at Barcelona. Famously lifted the Champions League at Wembley after smacking up Man United. I think he's a World Cup winner. No, he's a runner-up in
Yeah,
2006.
Yeah, it would have been 06. Yeah.
Cheated on his wife. Whilst during he had battling cancer as well with the. And it's not out, and so he's gonna get interviewed by police this week over the alleged assault of this woman that is cheated on. So Eric, Sylvain Abidal, you're not that guy, bruv.
Imagine.
There's one thing about Eric Abidal I can't get my head around. Oh, I say Eric Abidal. It's Alex Song. When Carlos Puyol picked somebody from the crowd, why on God's green earth did Alex Song think Carlos Puyol was calling him to come and lift the La Liga trophy? I still don't get it to this day. If I could ask him, Alex Song, one question, it would be why?
No, do you know what? I have secondhand embarrassment for him because we've all been in that situation when someone waves at you and you think it's you, and you're waving back and you turn around and it's not you.
Listen, I do not put up for his agenda's last comment. Oh my gosh. Howler.
Alex Dimitri Song below.
You have to put up unless it's offensive, of course.
We need to finish it.
Go.
He plays the whole.
Scores the occasional goal. He plays the way he is facing.
Hey, another howler, bruv. I don't know what paper was this, blood. Again, the French. Once again, blood. The French. You guys are just, I don't know, what is it with the French, bruv? There's always howlers.
They are the worst in terms of publication. They're the worst in football. If you look at their history, the French are the worst. Oh my gosh.
Basically, this gentleman has already got not that guy this week for this season for his shenanigans off the pitch.
Fraudulent behaviour.
Now they've hit him with two. They've hit this gentleman with 2 additional charges.
Yeah.
Now, this gentleman, the media have now gone on to. The media have reported, yes, you've been hit with additional 2 counts of rape and that. But they've got the picture wrong, cuz. They've put the wrong Mendy on the thing, cuz. This gentleman has just won Champions League. Yeah. You should all know who the goalkeeper of Chelsea is. But
come on.
They decided to use his picture. UK, Sky News, the whole lot of you, bro. Whoever. The clip, all of you, bro. You're not that guy, bro.
Hall of Fame worthy.
That's a Marsa.
They need to go in there, bro.
That's defamation of character of the worst degree. And they know what they're doing. It's not a genuine mistake. You know what you're doing.
Oh my God. Has Mendy got 2 more counts? Flipping hell, Mendy. Oh my days.
And he's still in jail, you know. You know, hold that
he ain't coming out. Is he on a new FIFA? I doubt it.
How many years do you reckon he'll get?
10.
How many? You think 10?
Nah, I don't think it'll be anywhere near that high, you know.
I think it'll be in the 20s, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think that because it's what is it? 4 counts of rape and 2 sexual assault. I mean, we're talking carnage here.
Yeah, no, I think
it's a cocktail.
I don't think they go down.
Adrian, it's a cocktail.
He's messed up, man. He's a nasty beast. He's messed up, man.
Did you hear about this today? Sorry to add this about how Jose Mourinho surprised one of these Italian wonder kids.
It's gonna bring out.
Because
hey, Mourinho!
This is a mazine.
Don't blame Mourinho. Don't blame Mourinho. Blame the other guys.
It's not Mourinho. Mourinho did his thing. He bought the new guy on new shoes.
Yeah.
And then the Italians, being Italians, one of the people said in the that instead of the box, clearly you've seen designer shoes. I think it's Balenciaga or something like that. Clearly designer.
Yeah, it's the Balenciagas.
He said in Italian, "Oh, do you think that there's bananas in the box?"
Oh, whoa! I did not know that. Is that
did
what he
say-
said?
He did say that. Yes, he did.
Who?
Halfway through before he
Holy
omened.
smokes!
Who said
And then
that?
at the end, he said, "Dance, dance." while
Yes,
he's
that
putting
one
the
I
shoes
heard.
on.
Yeah, that one I heard.
This is
This
news
was
to
going
me.
on too.
So these are like, so it must have been like Roma's coaches or something like that,
Yeah.
right? They're in like, I think they're in the Roma like training ground or like, hidden away somewhere. And Mourinho said that he promised the striker that scored twice,
Yeah.
I'll get you some shoes, and so he got him some Balenciagas. I didn't hear about the bananas. I didn't hear about that. But at the end, I saw that one of the guys, I think behind the camera, for example, it's like on the phone, yeah, and he's saying, "Go on, dance," and the guy's standing there like, and he's been told to dance, and then he starts dancing. So look, here's the thing, yeah. My cynic mind didn't go there. And at first, I just thought, I bet this guy dances like every week in training or whatever, and so he just asked to go ahead and do it again. But my God, the bananas, Jesus
Hey,
of Nazareth!
I'm-
Oh my days!
I'll put
It's too-
yeah, because there's an
There's-
Italian guy
there's-
that translated the whole thing to it, and he
Oh,
said, "Yeah,
Oh my
I,
God!
not that guy. I've run out, but this week is just.
Bro.
I'm waving the white flag. I give up. That's,
Yo. Yeah, the
Man.
Balenciagas though, and I'm not even a Balenci guy, trust me. But the new, he got him in the exclusive blood. You know them ones.
The Italiano, Ferragamo. the
I tell you
properties.
what, blood.
Too many howlers this week. I give up. I'm done.
Listen,
Well,
Oscar,
no
David,
NBA.
you didn't even go to the NBA. I was saying, I didn't even go to the NBA. I'm saying,
What happened in
That
that
cute
I
shot.
want to know. 'Cause what
you
happened?
want to know what happened?
You
David,
know
can
what
I-
happened? So basically, yeah, obviously it's the NBA. It's the Lakers. It's the Lakers against the Detroit Pistons and that, yeah.
Mm.
So the Lakers are down a couple points still, yeah. The Detroit Pistons have a free throw. Obviously, you know them things there. If you watch your basketball, yeah, you know, man, them are there on the line struggling, trying to get the rebound and that, yeah. This gentleman, yeah, like lads, you know, like the defenders, you know, box each other out. You're meant to be low in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Lad, the ball bounces off the rim. My guy swings the elbow. Bah! Even
Bow.
fist blood. Bow.
Straight in man's face.
Got Isaac Stewart in the face. Cut on the left eye, nose bleeding, mouth
Bleeding.
and that, yeah.
Gushing.
Bleeding, coach, gushing.
Look like
And
Ric Flair.
obviously, the gentleman comes over to apologize. The beef is on and cracking, but basically, he gets ejected, and that obviously is a big news story now. It's a big story out there in the US. So not that guy, and he was very dirty. LeBron, Ramon James Sr., you're my guy, but you're not that guy, bro.
But do you know what? Do you know what I respect about that? That just shows you what experience in sport does. This is a guy who's been in the game for 2 decades. He knows how to get away with a cheap shot like that. What a guy.
Bro, the cheap shot was after the ball went in the basket. This is the thing I can't understand. The ball's gone in and then he backs him. I'm thinking, yo. But by the way, what was the guy's name? What was the guy's name that he hit?
Isaiah Stewart.
Stuart, bro. Did you see him afterwards when he was raging? The guy was no word of a lie, guys. He was running over people. Him just running. He was buoying man
Taking out
off.
stewards.
He was a bit uncontrollable, so he's gonna hold a suspension as well because he just started.
Apparently his fine was like 900,000. Some dumb
Good
fine.
grief!
Yeah, it was close to
Good
$1 million.
grief!
I think that's a bit harsh.
That's harsh. But he was
out of control, man.
he was out of control.
That's
He was out of
understandable.
control.
No.
He was out of control.
Adrian, this is
What are
in the
these?
same
What are these
arena.
WWE suspension fines? What are we doing there?
No, but bro, like
There's history here. It's
He
in
was
the same
brought-
arena as that room. The
Malice in the Palace. Oh, great documentary. If anybody hasn't seen it, go and watch it on Netflix.
He was moving so sporadically, like he was hitting security guards, and it's like, bro, if one of them man sues, you know, in America they love a lawsuit, innit? If one of them man sues, who's paying for that P? Like, he
Oscar,
was-
he would have had to be tasered. The guy needed to be shot down. I swear to you, he was moving mad. And even when they went back to the locker room, he went for it, blood. He went straight for it. I
I
thought,
like, he had every right to be annoyed because LeBron banged him.
LeBron banged him after the basket's gone in. It was a cheap shot. It was dirty. He made him bleed. He was bleeding.
That's Ric Flair-esque.
You see
That's so
Rosenberg-
nasty.
Huh?
Did you see Rosenberg's tweet?
No.
He said, "Bro, I know LeBron is strong, yeah, but he must be blading because how is that much blood coming out?"
It looks like Dusty Rhodes in the Southwood mess.
It looked like ECW, bro.
Like, it was
Bro,
fair, bro.
he was a
He
mess.
was a bloody mess.
That was crazy.
Nah, on a real, you'd have had to taser the guy. You'd have had to actually shot him to put him down.
That's
Because he
Eddie
was
Guerrero Judgment Day.
Okay, one last thing.
bulldozing
One
over.
last thing. I'm gonna go to Robin because I know Robin is clued up on most things. But Footy Agendas really wants us to talk about Romain Molina. Does anybody know about this situation?
Oh,
I don't know.
Something.
Oscar, there's a comment there, I think, about the player in question. Oh,
The players, bro, Pete, it was a whole list of things that I heard.
There was like
The next morning,
a list of bare players just doing them as zine. Like there's a whole documentary just exposing like predatory stuff, like stuff in football. And it was just-
Yeah,
all
football
right.
coaches.
I'm not touching that one. Hey, that one. You know,
it was so sad. It was just like, what?
I don't know anything that happened. By the way, I don't know a single story.
Do you not?
No, I just knew that this guy was exposing bare people in French football.
Mhm.
Yeah, man, just had it in the cannon, ready to go, blood. He just had it ready to go. But yeah, just bare people doing absolute mazines. I think Furlan Mendy's mentioned in there as well, and apparently, like, he's got some bad history. That kid, like, even before Real Madrid, like the way he treats his parents and stuff like that. All kinds of mazines going on. Let's get the full details first for another time, and then we can chop
Because
it
I
up.
don't want to talk about stuff I don't know. So when it comes to
Yeah,
Furlan
it's
Mendy,
sus.
I'd rather talk about how he dealt with
Like,
Trent
it's
in the
not like
Champions League last year.
one thing. It's like a whole documentary.
There's a documentary basically on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, watch Hugh Wizzy's like video for it as well, because he did something on there. But my God, it's a lot. It's a lot of things. Oh yeah. Is there anything else? I was trying to remember if there was anything else.
There can't be. There can't be.
I know there can't be,
Yeah.
bro.
but there is a mayor. There's a few mayors.
There's always
Okay.
next Monday. There's always
There's
next Monday.
always next Monday, if I remember. Okay, quickly predictions, very very quickly. For next week's. Oh, I was in just like the top games, no?
Go on then. Go on quickly.
Okay. Arsenal Newcastle, man. That's actually quite a nail-biting game. Considering Newcastle score more goals than us, so it wouldn't surprise me if we draw. I can't lie.
What?
It wouldn't surprise
At
me.
home. At home.
Yeah.
That's awful. That's an
Wouldn't
awful.
surprise me.
result.
Man City at home to West Ham on the Sunday, 2:00 kickoff.
That's a juicy game.
It's not on TV. Wait. Oscar, you ready for this? We've got 4 games at 2:00 on Sunday. You got Burnley, Spurs, Leicester, Watford, Man City, West Ham. But the game on TV is Brentford at home to Everton.
Pete, don't ask me. Am I ready for this? Because when I complained about this, you wanted to say, "Yeah,
Bro.
everyone deserves a shot on TV." That's what you said.
Oscar, the Saturday night football is Brighton at home to Leeds.
Yeah, I'm locking off, bro. Good night.
You want to see Dan James, don't you? Come on then.
Wow.
You're better.
Okay,
Yeah,
Oscar,
what beater, innit?
Man City versus West Ham. I think it's going to be a good game. What do we reckon? Man City, West Ham.
Yeah, good
Comfortable.
game.
2-0. Comfortable.
City win 2-1.
City win, bro.
I'm going for a draw. Chelsea at home to Manchester United on the 4:30 kickoff. Super Sunday, Sky Sports.
If I was a betting
It's going to be a draw again.
man, yeah. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's a draw. But I won't be happy if we win by anything less than 2 goals. We should be.
So what? If you put a bet on, you would actually bet on a draw rather than a Chelsea victory.
Yeah, man.
Bloody hell.
That's what his head's telling him, innit?
United are dross.
But
They're
I'm,
freaking dross.
I'm also telling you, if we won 2-0, I'd be annoyed.
Bruh. But you would
But the
bet
stakes
on
that
the
low.
draw. But you
Because
bet on the draw.
Because Man United are dire. They are really, really bad. We should be battering them right now. We should
Agreed.
be exposing them for who they are. Yeah,
I think you
but
will.
we're not going to do that. We're just not going to do that. But anyway, carry on.
I think you will. No, those are really the main games. Liverpool are at home to, I think, Southampton. Whitewash. You know what I mean? That's going to be nothing else there. But yeah, that basically wraps up this week's top four. Yes, Adrian.
No, that's the top four. Now, I think next week we'll get on to Ralph Hasenhuttl next week.
Listen, Oscar while asleep, bro. What do you say, Adrian?
Southampton are going to win, so we won't have the opportunity to do it.
If Southampton win next week, we'll be here.
No, guys, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 goals. Name your prize.
I have
Liverpool
a
are
triple
going to
captain.
trap them.
I've not used my triple captain on Mosala. I might have to use it this week.
Oh, you know.
I don't know.
Nah, that's too early. The safe game.
It's December, so I'm getting a new one in January. So
That's
I
a
have
very
to
good
use it.
point.
You only get one, I swear.
No, you get 2 a season.
Do you get 2 a season?
2 triple
Yeah,
captains.
Oh no, you get 2 wild cards, innit? I don't
Yeah, you
think
get 2
Yeah,
wild cards.
you get 2 wild cards. I was gonna say I've been saving triple captains for too long.
I've got another triple captain. So yeah.
I think I don't know, man. Man City, it's a Man City home game. You got to hold that triple captain.
See at home to Norwich. That's what he's doing, isn't it?
But there's no Aguero. Who do you bank on?
Yeah,
like, you can't bank on anyone.
You don't even know who's going to start for City.
That's the thing. You don't even know who started.
Bro, Jesus for me on the bench, blood. I was fuming. I captained.
Certainly not going to be Grealish, is it?
Frigging captained. What's his name? Jesus. But Dennis got into my team. There's my points. Yes, that wraps up this week's Top 4 podcast. Thank you, everybody, for joining in for the bumper episode. Of course, Ollie taking up all the news, all the juice, and Manchester United and co. Make sure to follow us at Top 4 Podcast on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, the YouTubes as well as on Twitter. Make sure you check it here every single Monday, 8 p.m. We'll be back next week, guys. Peace.
Later. Bye.
Man.